Hi, Chad. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Agents 48, Tinko, Brainy. It's not, well, it may be Thursday for you now, but it's not Thursday for me.
Woof.
Wuff. Lauku, welcome,
We're just doing our little
Jester
part to
and
make
Lady
sure that our
Jester.
products do not aid in harming environments like this one here, where animals live and thrive, and they worked. There's an endangered species right there.
Tinko. Whoa. Oh, shit. Farting on my roommate's Why are you so violent today, Lauko? Think with the dicks. Everybody have a good Wednesday? My Wednesday was significantly better than my Tuesday. My arms are dead, though. I actually got that workout in. That's how I show love. Really got to adjust the volume on that one. Get this to actually start talking to. It's not that bad. It's loud for me. Write that one down on a piece of paper, bruh. But yeah. How's everybody's Wednesday? Streamer suffering is fine with me. Wow. The stream ends and you forgot? The stream ends and I need to go to bed and be ready for tomorrow. Thank you for the pats. Thank you. Glad to be home. Work has been stressful this week. Hopefully not too stressful. So write that down. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Anger is off buying another Mercedes. So that's a thing.
Fuck!
Posted in Discord, it has been. The problem is that I don't know if I have a piece of software installed that that I can do that with. But I guess I could Google it. I guess. Just Wednesday, Thursday, it can get worse. I guess that's true. God, I hope it doesn't. It's already been an expensive week. We have a new episode of Jet Lag tonight. We'll probably watch some other videos. Maybe we'll fall down a rabbit hole. Playing Animal Crossing today, isn't that the villager guy? Yes. Yes, it is. A whole side of Animal Crossing you've never seen before. I don't know if we have much that's been posted in the Vids for Stream channel. I heard that the Illuminati drama got even worse, so that's a thing. I don't know how. I haven't watched anything about it. You got the tweet clip? I mean, I guess we do. I really don't want to put people who aren't familiar with Twee through the horrors of watching that clip.
It was like my insides was like out of my butt like this, like just like probably 1 inch out. It was just like
Twee.
It was just like, I don't know, like this or something like this. And I was like, what is this? And I kept like, like just, I don't know, like, I was just kind of like pinching it and stuff.
Oh my god.
Oh, is it like a fear? No, well, actually, you know what?
I didn't go.
When I'm really pushing, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I really do feel that when it's like a really hot shit.
Twee is one of my VTuber siblings. One of the first VTubers that I watched. My emote artist. Twee is Twee. No, I fucking love Twee. But I feel like if you stumbled into her stream at some moments, you would just be like, yes, some moments. You mean every 5 minutes? I mean, I guess that's fair, but you might also stumble in and be like, wow, what a talented artist. And then 5 minutes later, she's drawing, pushing her prolapse back into her body.
Where animals live and thrive, and they worked. There's an endangered species right there.
There. Jelbean, welcome. First time I have seen an animated talking bee. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy your stay. A couple of years ago, she wasn't like this. I mean, I think that's fair. I think that is a fair statement. She's definitely I think there's just less of a filter. She's just going to do what Twee does. Twitch has changed all of us. That's also a fair statement. All right, what is this? What clip did you link?
Whoa. Grass. Beautiful. Look at this.
Thanks, Will.
I touched it.
Moon was supposed to play Minecraft today, and then Moon's internet died. So that was unfortunate. Before Twitch, I didn't talk to animated talking bees. I mean, that's true. Flash forward to now, and it's a nighttime TV in my house. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed enough to hang out. Moon plays my house. I would love to watch that. And thank you again, Kung Fu, for being like, no, play this, like for real.
Nice fucking model.
Thank you, thank you. Hi, Leah. Mwah. Love you. Yeah, her internet died. It should be back up for tomorrow. Yeah, I changed the title. I was just a little bit late with it. Did she not post in her Discord or anything? Whatever. Now we can watch the 1 hour video on it. That's true. We could also do that tonight. Kung Fu, did you watch the first episode of Jetlag on your own time? There's so much. Is there really so much more? What the fuck? She posted an announcement. Okay. I figured that she had. My morning was actually like crazy busy. Oh yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. You should join. Yeah, that's so true, Tinko. Imagine what we hear only 4 hours at a time. Her husband 24/7. Twee's fantastic though. As much as I'm being like, oh god, Twee, please. just look at Twee's banner. Like for real. Wait, Tinko, you changed your profile picture or wait? You want a Borpsona? Send it to me. Send it to me. I'll show it off. Milk Gurgle ASMR 3 years ago? I mean, she wasn't any less unhinged 3 years ago.
He's a duck noise for Zal. Thank you so much, Zal. There you go. Oh, okay. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So I'll now be selling this for $100. $100. Please contact my contact me via Twitter to receive this piece of my nail. And I'll ship it to you.
Is there much of a difference between drawing my prolapse and selling my fingernails though? Like honestly though.
Okay. VTuber nail. VTuber nail job.
Yes, you think so? You think so?
There's a camera. Here's the camera. That's a camera.
I bet if you had actually DM'd her, she probably would have sold you that fingernail for $100. Now she's trying to feed it to us.
In the last 3 seconds of the stream, I'm gonna chug all these chestnuts. Bye, bye.
She's just a little sprout. It's true.
Thank you, Alex.
Oh
You
my
are
god.
seriously an example of like someone who like. We got a feminist here. We got a feminist. Yes, Toy. Okay, good. Thank you. Also, Anonymous Cheerer, thank you so much for the 100. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
There's only a little bit of scuff happening. Anyways, that's Twee. How am I supposed to explain that? You can't. You just, apart from saying she's just a little sprout, which again, you're gonna wander into one of her streams and be like,
I've had enough.
Kung Fu Colored says, I hope Tia doesn't awaken anything in me.
oh my god. Anyways, all of my B-motes are courtesy of Twee. So all of these If you have to say that, it's too late. New Monster Girl ideas dropped. Same vein as Edward Scissorhands. Just with shrimp hands. That's fine. Where the fuck is my water? Oh, hold on. What about shrimp toes? I think Twitch would get mad at shrimp toes. I think Twitch would get mad at shrimp toes. We gotta ask Kaylee for those. Oh no. Okay, so we really missed that much on my house. I need to find the actual, that breakdown video that got posted. Is it this one? My house goes deep. The first one, yeah. There's like a diary to it. Yeah, no, I found that after the fact. Because it got mentioned that like there were all the files in the actual thing. Nerdy, welcome in. Thank you for being here. So I scrolled through a little bit of it. Yeah, an hour and 42 minutes. Yeah, this is basically like as far as I got in.
On March 3rd,
was like the little introduction
Doom
here.
World user Veg posted on the forums he had finished a tribute map that he had made for Doom 2 called myhouse.wad.
Last August, I
I don't know if we're gonna watch the whole thing, but let's watch the first couple minutes of it.
lost a good childhood friend of mine.
I think most people here have already seen it, but
When I was visiting my hometown for his funeral, I connected with his parents, who shared with me some of his old belongings.
Sin, welcome
Among
in.
them was a copy of an
Thank you for
old
being
map
here.
of his, backed up on a 3.5-inch floppy from high school. Thomas and I were into amateur Doom mapping in the early 2000s, but I had never seen this map of his prior to uncovering it on one of the floppy disks. As a way of paying tribute to him and all the great memories we have together, I took the plunge and installed Doom Builder in order to polish up his map and add a few modern amenities just for convenience sake.
Described with a 10-minute runtime, myhouse.wad, WAD being the file format for Doom maps and mods, was ready to download for anyone to play for themselves.
Making maps of your house was all the rage back in the day, but I feel like this is a pretty adorable and detailed tribute to my friend, and a great way to share something of him with the community we loved. Miss you, Tom.
If you're at all into Doom and its extensive modding scene, then I highly recommend.
which to be fair, I cannot even tell you how long it had been since I had played like one of the old school Dooms. Like it had been so long.
Playing this map for yourself completely blind. I'll put a link to the Doom World post in the description. It requires GZ Doom, an enhanced open source port of Doom, to run. Simply click on the link, ignore everything else in the Google Drive but the files folder, and download myhouse.pk3. .pk3, not .wad. See, if you hit that download link in the first week of this post appearing, you would immediately get the PK3 file instead of the WAD that was stated in the title of the post. This whole drive of files also appeared later. PK3 is another format used by Doom modders that
Damn it, nerdy.
functions like a WAD. but
Swift,
is
good
essentially
to
a zip
see you. How are
folder,
you?
Offering the benefits of a
Thank you for
more
being here.
organized file structure and also better compression. Curious then that this PK...
$5, $20, whatever you can
Thank you,
None in
488.
existence, says Lord Bees.
Yes.
Lord Doomslayer Bees.
It still pains me that you call me that.
Why does my wife always wait until I'm at the opposite end of the house before asking me to murm for a mern for burner for?
Free file is 66 megabytes.
Thank you for hanging out with us
For
tonight,
reference,
488.
This is larger
Rather than
Doom
spending
1 and
time
2's
with your
original
dearest
file
Keanu.
size combined 4 times over. This was all the knowledge I had as I downloaded the file and fired it up for myself. I'll be taking you through this map through several numbered expeditions, each one chronicling what I saw as I attempted to journey through this innocent map. That's cute. So I started this journey, picking ultraviolence difficulty because
Thank you,
frankly,
Matt. Welcome
I have
in.
an ego. The first thing I notice is a discomfortingly
How was the rest of your
long
stream,
load
Matt?
time. That's not normal. But we're here. Classic Doom 2 opening song Running from Evil playing in the background.
Awesome, Matt.
National anthem of Doom wads everywhere. The house is rendered adorably. Big wooden walls and windows dotted around, featuring a spacious
busy. It was good
yard,
though, Matt.
a front porch
Thank you.
area, and a large garage which leads into the house itself. The house is populated by demons, but this is Doom. We can handle that. The main hallway leads to a living room with a TV and a tiny PlayStation 1 bringing the Doom Cute. Doom Cute being a community term for real-life objects and spaces recreated in the Doom engine. You'll see more in the attached kitchen with all its amenities, and to the side are various rooms. 2 bedrooms, one containing an extra storage closet, and another with an ensuite bathroom, where you'll find the yellow keycard. Talk about a monster closet. Also,
I'm sure there's so many things that I interacted with and stumbled across that I just didn't fully appreciate. So, like, yeah.
upstairs is a regular bathroom and a washing or utility room, complete with a red key door. Better find the key then. Moving downstairs takes us to more demons inside a games room. But to interrupt this tour for a second, you may have noticed we did something here. This room is underneath the room upstairs. If you don't know what I mean, that might sound like nothing, but that's an impossible thing in Doom. Doom's engine takes 2-dimensional map data and makes a 3D space around it. I'm more or less simplifying here, but that means you can't have a room on top of another room in the engine. A separate story, whether upstairs or downstairs, is always in a separate space to the original floor, splintering off to another part of the building. Now, I did say this was GZ Doom, but GZ Doom alone does not remove this limitation. It updates the technology to benefit from newer hardware and provides enhancements suited for more modern gaming sensibilities, but it more or less still has to obey the laws of Doom's reality. GZ Doom does open the possibility to some tricks to make this feat appear possible, ones not uncommon in Doom modding and games similar to Doom, but we should probably move on already. It seems strange
But
to
I wanna
talk about
know.
such a detail at such length, but if you're familiar with Doom, it's just something you might notice that'll make you pause for a moment. The innocuous map recreating a house suddenly shows serious skill with its tools, yet it does it so casually as you may not even notice. Carrying on downstairs, we have more demons, holding the fort in a closet, a boiler room, which leads to the garage, an office with some attached storage, another bedroom, complete with another closet, and lastly, another bathroom, locked with a yellow door for which we already have the key. I like the detail of putting the guy inside the shower. You get the red key card here, and even some health in a cupboard if you need it. Equipment is actually pretty scarce on this map, and playing on ultraviolence offers some challenge, hence why you can see me saving ammo by punching pinkies. You might rush upstairs to the red door now, or...
Ultraviolence is the level like above what I was on, right? I'm pretty sure. Lena! Thank you. Thank you. I'm cosplaying Twee right now. Yeah, I don't know how big of a difference it is, but I mean, you still took quite a bit of damage whenever I got hit by anything on the difficulty that I was on.
You might look outside and notice something. There's a soul sphere. Instant 100 health boost just sitting on that thing out there.
That weirded me out.
That earlier. Did it?
That was like, it was there and then it wasn't. More damage, less ammo drops. Ah, I thought they were your new eyebrows. If only I was that fabulous. Why are you bonking me, son?
In here, you go back upstairs, grab the blue key card from the utility room door, which seemingly should be for the front gate, which leads to the level exit. But while I could leave, I should probably grab that soul sphere first. It should
and then
be
it's gone
right over here. It was definitely on top of this bin or vent thing here when I looked from that window over there.
I see, Brainy.
Wait, why can I see monsters inside? All around inside. What's going on? Wait, that's not right. The music just reset. That wasn't me, that was the game. The level seems the same, now repopulated, but is it really? I don't think that it is.
Also, fuck y'all for trying to gaslight me yesterday and being like, no, nothing changed. Nothing changed. No. What are you talking about?
The keys I'm picking up are now skull
That was
keys,
rude.
And now there are chain gunners in the level. There weren't any here before. Does net me their gun though, so that's nice. I progressed through the level, noticing differences such as seemingly functional mirrors and different item placements. You might think to just leave already, finish the level, but no. You now need the blue skull key to exit. But then the cupboard to get the blue key is now a stairway.
Quick pause. You need to appreciate this. This is Tinko. Appreciate Tinko right now. Can we get a shout out? Can we get a shout out for the wonderful artist of this masterpiece? I'll appreciate him once he goes live. I know, right? Thank you, Tinko.
But you know what?
What?
I was hoping not to, but unfortunately, YouTube Shorts have caught up to me as well at this point, okay? I used to be one of those people who be like, Shorts are stupid because they're just mostly misinformation, clickbait, and bullshit. And it's true, and I still feel that way, but I'm unfortunately very addicted because it's such a short, quick content that it fits most times when...
We lost another one. Rip. It's another brilliant mind lost to short form content. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. At least they cranked out this masterpiece before they slid into madness. So how did you win this, Tinko? I'm curious.
To an attic. I didn't even know there was an attic to this house. But that's fine. With the blue key acquired, there's nothing else to stop me from exiting.
That shit was wild. I was not expecting to go back into the front of the house and find out that I was trapped. It was actually really unsettling. A giveaway this morning? That's awesome. I would never. Right, Lena. Right. If it's short form content, then why do I spend 1 hour watching them before bed? Dude, it's the worst, Lauku. It's the worst. Listen to me trying to act like I'm somehow better than y'all. It's okay.
The doors are gone. I'm not locked inside. I am trapped inside.
Ah, I see, Tinko.
This closet too has appeared, I think.
I love that the
Seemingly
shirt is
goes
the armor.
nowhere. I can't help but notice also the classic Doom 2 Running from Evil song. Does it sound wrong somehow?
Yes.
Okay, maybe if I look around,
Essin
there's some other
Aklaku
way
says,
outside.
"Bees, do you know what the difference between a really old bus station and a lobster with double D breasts is? The other is a busty crustacean and the other is a crusty bus station."
I fucking hate you because I can't not imagine that. I can't not imagine that, you fuck.
What?
Teddy, welcome
This
in.
can't exist. Not just in Doom's reality, but reality's reality. The corridor takes me to some new room, never seen before, featuring a fireplace and strange different decor, and a can of Pepsi that I pick up.
Beppis.
I want pop?
Beppis.
But no way out. So I leave. The doors still aren't there. I turn back and...
He didn't pick up the armor.
This space, like some negative version
Nothing
of a
changed?
house.
Fuck you, Lena.
The only object of note is a milkshake. Yeah, still nothing to help me though. I come back to the house and the first door is now gone, but also
Y'all-
when I go to the front
y'all are the
door,
worst.
or where
Y'all
it used
are
to
the
be,
worst.
I hear a noise now. Was this always behind here? I push the bookcase aside and find an odd room hidden away back here. Are those cat litter trays?
That's what they look like to me.
Anyway, I guess I'll press the breaker.
First mistake right there, falling for the breaker. What idiot would do that? What idiot would click on the breaker? God. There are no our walls, literally.
Monsters. But not the monsters that we know. Flood the dark, smoky house. All corners, all transformed and looking like nothing that what you've seen. Clearing downstairs of all terrors. You might try to go upstairs where all the people are screaming. The house is a wreck. More creatures haunt the upstairs, but it's clear that this fire has been and gone. Amidst fighting underneath an angry sky, small objects litter the upstairs that you collect. A diary of some kind, a burned out picture frame, and an old teddy bear.
Wait, are there
We're still not free, though.
Wait. So is there an end with like clicking on the breaker, and is there an end that you can get by actually picking up all the items after this point? I'm assuming that there is. There must be. No? Okay. So those are just like to add to the, those 3 items are not needed. Okay. So they're just to add to the atmosphere. That's interesting.
Go back to the attic. But how was there an attic anyway? How can we escape?
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think of that. Oh, that hurts my head.
There are no doors? I try every wall, hoping that they give way and fall down to let you out. Press the map button and realize there is no map. We are nowhere. We can also spy the map details in the corner. That's a lot of monsters, and just one secret. none of this counts as a secret then. You might venture back downstairs. Things look different. Everything is concrete now. In fact, outside looks grey. Monochrome for some reason. You go into the boiler room.
I did not even notice
Isn't there a door
that it
here
was
that led to the
that
garage?
different. Nothing's changed. God, chat, I swear. Oh yeah? This looks the same to you? I was there before, you just missed it.
It's at this point in my
You're
journey
right. You're right,
I
Chad.
begin to feel somewhat weak. It's not just the layers and layers of concrete, the rooms on rooms that surround all sides, but as I explore around, I can't help but notice that the layout of these stone halls resemble the layout of the house. Sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller. Except in here, there's at least no... There's a good dog in here too, who doesn't attack you. He does bark excitedly when he comes up to you, but he just sits down beside you. Because he's
not observant enough, that's probably fair.
A good dog. He didn't startle me the first time he did this. He didn't. He's a good dog.
Chat, I hope you were proud of me yesterday whenever I did not shoot the dog. Because, like, my arm, like, I twitched. I could not have been more close to shooting the dog the first time. Also, that creepy motherfucker that's on the screen right now, I saw him a couple times in the windows, I feel like. This is a map for Doom called My House. Fortnite, yes. I legit was proud. Were you just as proud whenever I murdered the second dog that showed up?
This isn't how I found out that the bad dog dies if the good dog dies. I didn't find out at all that struggling through and killing the bad dog will kill the good dog as well either. None of these things happened. None of these things had to happen. The area is a maze of one-way doors and illogical geometry. I find a plasma gun at one point, which is appreciated, though I'm still almost at a loss navigating this place.
It gets
I feel
really
curiosity overtake
confusing.
me, and I throw myself into the abyss between buildings and hit the bottom.
I mean, I guess I technically finished it. I got to a couple
Dead
different
silence
endings, Dingo.
passes as I explore the staircase.
But apparently there's
a locked
more.
Door in a recessed passageway, a mirror to the same staircase, and then sky. I can even walk on it. There are walls here, but I can walk on it. Nowhere to go, though. So I try another door.
That made my head hurt whenever we first ran into this room. Like, it is difficult to look at.
We return, but there's still nowhere to go here. The only thing we can do is go back downstairs and enter the concrete jungle again. I spend a long time here, working out precarious ledges and head-hurting concepts of physical space. Eventually, after passing through hallways that don't make sense, and falling so many times down into holes, I find something new.
Yup. I guess it doesn't matter which direction you go here. Like so many other places in this game.
I guess there's nowhere to go but up.
And I don't know why, but when we walked into this, I got like Left 4 Dead vibes. It was really weird.
Anymore. I check the gate information, and I would like to go home. Yes. It says cancelled, sorta.
But
The
Dallas
gate's
is on
right
time.
here, so let's just get on board. So what do I... Oh no. Oh no. I fight through the plane, reaching the end and... Okay, I guess.
Does anything happen if you refuse to get off the plane? Okay. Oh, that's fucked up.
This isn't the same as before. The house is now seemingly abandoned, and plants have started to take over the structure. The whole place is empty wherever you look. It's sad. After all this, I feel
Definitely the
this
same,
strange
definitely nerdy.
hollowness underneath me, even amidst all that's happened here. The doors are back, and I'm almost hesitant to step through. But I guess we...
Honestly, this did a very good job of making you feel like drawing you in with the cuteness of the house. Like, I don't know. It did a really good job of making me feel things. Just in general, this, whatever this is, did a good job of making me feel things. It was really well done.
We've earned this. I finally exit the level. Don't worry about that low kill percentage. If we move on, we come into Underhalls, Doom 2's second mission. This isn't part of the mod, it's just level 2. Same as it ever was. They did say it was just the one map. What a fun little come down it is to play this after all that. And you should play it. You should play through all of Underhalls. Get that super shotgun and have yourself a time. Play it through to the end. Because when you're done with that level, expecting to go through to map 3, the Gauntlet, or Gantlet. Congratulations on beating ending 1. You haven't even seen half of what's here.
All right, now I'm real interested now.
We need some preparation before going forward into the next section.
Tell me
it's
more.
Probably best
Narrator
we start
man.
with looking at that Google Drive. All the files are credited to one Steve Nelson.
Nerdy, you look the
There are a lot
same.
of extra things inside here for you to look at, including a journal text document, prominently displayed for anyone to read. This document expands the thoughts of the author from that initial Doomworld post, talking about how sad they were that their friend passed away, and talks about him inheriting his friend's map after the funeral from his parents. But glaringly, on this page is something else. A single word highlighted in blue.
I did not
House.
even notice that. I was tired after I was done, though.
Seen this before. House of Leaves is a book by Mark Z. Danielewski, released in the year 2000. The book has no small amount of reputation for its winding rabbit hole narrative and bizarre involved structure. And this map, this Doom mod...
Interesting. So you're not observant enough? Oftentimes I'm not. I have a feeling I would love that book. One of my favorite books ever, as goofy as it is, was the companion book to the first Division game, because it was like masquerading as a survival, like an urban survival guide, but there were obviously a lot of things that had to do specifically with the game, and there were like puzzles to solve. And I know this is like super grown up of me, but like puzzles to solve in the book itself. It was pretty wild, and like they opened it up to one page of that book, and there's weird little squares with like certain amounts of text in it. Like that has to have some kind of meaning. I've had it on my to read list for like years. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick it up. Maybe I'll read it in my downtime on my trip or something. I told Anger about it. He got one book that's very similar. Interesting. Hi, GT Man. Is it gonna read it? Do you think we're going into the Twitch apocalypse? Why do you ask that, GT Man?
Do you think we are going into a Twitch apocalypse?
Okay, now it reads it. All right, thank you, text-to-speech.
Takes clear inspiration from House of Leaves. I never thought I'd ever say a sentence like that. I should point out I am not an expert with this book. It's been deconstructed, analysed, and theory crafted about for decades, and I only finished reading it this year. In fact, 2 days before this map was posted. Is this coincidence?
Is that coincidence? Did you know?
Coincidence or providence? Some
Interesting,
of you familiar
Rene.
with the book may have noticed connections already. Most prominently, with the sign at the end being a very cheeky and overt nod to the story. Navidson Realty. Navidson is the name of the family in the book's main story, the Navidson Record, which chronicles the journey photojournalist Will Navidson and his family takes when they begin to notice the space inside their house is shifting. First by being a quarter of an inch bigger on the inside than it is the out, but then forming new doors and rooms inside the structure. Including a jet black corridor that impossibly stretches forth for miles into space that doesn't exist. I hope those not familiar can see the connection here. If you're thinking about liminal spaces being an inspiration too, yeah, keep that in mind, we'll talk about that later. It's worth noting too that the Navidson Record is actually a story within the story of House of Leaves. The Navidson Record is originally written by an eccentric...
Also, Kung Fu, did you see the fucking picture that Psycho posted of the package in his mailbox? What the fuck is that? Let me see if it doxes him in any way. No, it doesn't. Chat. Chat, look at this. What the fuck? It's supposed to rain today, too. If it fits, it fits. Bullshit. Like, just walking up to the door, you motherfucker. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
A recluse named Zampano, who passes away, and the story is discovered by a man named Johnny Truant. Johnny reconstructs the writing, but slowly, bit by bit, he begins to become undone, feeling his grip on reality slip. This journal takes most inspiration from those sections of the book, though with thankfully less hallucinatory sexual experiences. Don't ask. But there's one other quirk of the book's formatting. Each utterance of the word house is highlighted in blue. It isn't really talked about in the book, or really ever explained, but it creates an uncanny emphasis on even the most innocuous of sentences.
Right.
Something that is emulated here in the Google Drive document, which we should probably return to. This is a video about a Doom mod after all, not a book review.
True.
Return.
Oh.
I hope you're ready for that. The journal doesn't get as crazy as House of Leaves in content or structure, but what's written here does tie into my house. To briefly summarize, Steve works for months on this map, from August 2022 until March 2023, when it's launched. There's even a note about the wrong file being uploaded, seemingly against his will. He begins an obsession with making this map that begins to sap at his energy and his sanity. He forgets making sections, loses sleep, spends more and more time in his days and nights map building. He also describes in detail some vivid dreams that he has, and the first in this struck-through paragraph might seem familiar.
I had the strangest dream last night about my childhood friend who recently passed away. We were playing Legos in his basement like we used to do as kids, and when I turned around, he was gone. The house was empty and silent. Everything was so quiet and still. I started to smell smoke and hear screams from upstairs. I ran upstairs, and when I got there, the house was just a burned frame. Smoke was getting thicker and thicker, and I could barely see or breathe. I searched for my friend, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I couldn't see anything. I started to panic and then found myself outside in the fog. I was alone, but I could hear low growls in the distance.
We could spend ages analysing the words in here, but there's much more to be done. So I'll be referring to elements from the journal and other features from the Google Drive as and when they are relevant. There is one last thing to look at here, though. A newspaper clipping from the Photos folder of an obituary for Tom. It gives us a small look into his life and who he was before he died in his home at age 35. He seemingly lived well, reconnected with his high school crush, and spoiled his pet cat. I don't know. I just thought this should be mentioned before we enter.
Oh no. The walls, Chad.
Expedition 2 actually consists of an amalgamation of multiple trips, jumping back and forth through many save files with one major aim connecting all of them. Explore and experiment as much as I can without looking anything up whatsoever. Everything we find,
How many times did I run past a fucking hole in the ceiling and never see it?
Work out for ourselves. Including this, first of all.
Well, I immediately found that.
Didn't realize that was there the first time.
Dude, that's your LAN party? Oh, God. If only Sir Bikes-a-Lot was here right now. It's so okay, for people that don't understand, I go to a LAN party, a monthly LAN party with some of my IRL friends, obviously. Tinko's been to one. I post pictures from them occasionally. And one of them, we got a little bit froggy, and a foot went through the ceiling. These things happen. So then it turned into LAN party / fix hole in ceiling party. LAN party, aka home renovation. I mean, these things happen. We actually have done multiple home improvements for Sir Bikes-a-Lot during these LAN parties. How high was the ceiling? It was a pretty tall ceiling. I think those are like 8 foot, 9 foot ceilings. This is why we can't have nice things. The ceiling shouldn't have been in the way. All of these things are accurate.
If you try to get it after the first house, there's only a strange silhouette of where it should be, which is how I became aware of it. This would have helped slightly in the earlier areas where ammo is scarce, though now it's perhaps less necessary because of the run through underhalls. Yes, this is still the start of my house, even after running through underhalls, getting all the health, armor, and ammunition that you can bring back. But most important is the super shotgun. This feels like intended progression, like you're meant to do at least one loop of underhalls and back to here before finding all the game's tricks. The extra firepower is needed. You can actually go to underhalls straight away, skipping the second house entirely by just leaving with the blue keycard. Certainly an efficient way forward. There isn't anything new about the first trip around the house, though I will ask how many of you noticed that there weren't any windows for the downstairs area when looking on the outside of the house, but then they appear when you're on the inside, here and ready to taunt you with that soul sphere you can't get. Then of course they're back to mess with you some more when you try to go get it, and walk all the way around to
I thought that was a little bit weird.
Where the business all begins.
It did feel different, but it never hit me how it was different. I'm not even going to act like that actually clicked, but it did feel weird. I remember it feeling weird, but it never did click.
Let me ask you something else. Did you notice anything change with you the first time around? Not the house, with you. Let me replay you the second house in Expedition 1.
Wait, what?
Would it help if I give you a comparison between the first house? The weapons have changed. They're still the same, but they've changed from original Doom's weapons to higher fidelity versions from Smooth Doom, adding more animation frames than one originally had in 1994. This happens once you enter the second house, and once the change happens, it sticks forever, hence why it was still smooth on this run after underhauls.
Interesting.
It's a little thing that you might not have noticed your first time around,
Yeah,
but
no.
it adds to the uncanniness. It's wrong. You feel it, but maybe you don't quite realize it.
There were a
recurring
lot of
pattern
things in
mod.
this that made
Anyway,
me feel like that.
Clear the new house the same as normal, grab the blue key, and now the doors are gone. Enter the impossible hallway, grab the Pepsi, and then enter the other room to get the milkshake. Return to the house. This is now the central anchor point. Everything in this game will come up from here. We won't be triggering the house fire anytime soon. After all, the game tells you not to. I think this is hinted at by the house fire dream in the journal being crossed out, but there are more blatant suggestions. Using
Like?
God mode or IDDQD, you'll trigger a message from the game. Ignore that first message for now. Turning it off, specifically, tells you there is no good outcome from a house fire. Going through that burned out house will lock you onto the ending that we received. However, enabling God mode gives a different message. My reflection winked at me. I covered the mirror in the attic just to be safe. Interesting.
That's
Sure
so
enough,
cool.
In the attic, that may or may not exist, is a covered mirror. We can't see ourselves, but we can see something.
And I'm sorry if you're wandering in here and you're like, what the fuck are we doing? I played this yesterday. After several people, especially Kung Fu, being like, listen, bitch, play my house. I finally did. And we spent like 3.5 hours playing it, like intensely playing it. So like this is, we're diving into this explanation video. Well, hi, mwah. I have wandered in here and I have no clue what you're watching. We're watching a video about the game I played yesterday.
Something else? A blue bauble of some kind? It's not here next to me and I can't seem to get to it. I wonder what I meant to do.
Thank you for shouting out, Whale. Why'd I have Doom on everything that's not a computer?
Beautiful.
You
Look at
could
this.
definitely get this and run it on like anything.
I touched it.
Also, chat, tell me it's a bad idea to go buy an Ally right now. Tell me it's a bad idea. I don't want to buy a laptop for my upcoming trip, but I feel like the Ally would actually be a pleasant streaming experience. I don't need to spend that money. I'll buy one if you do. Shut up, nerdy.
I was in the bathroom, standing.
A rogue Asus rogue. An Asus Ally. Asus ROG Ally. Why, Bing? Why? Why are you like this? This thing. It's basically like a Steam Deck competitor that's a little bit more beefy and it natively runs Windows. Yeah. It's pretty sick. It might be a good idea to get a laptop. It's not a good idea to get a laptop. I just know that I have a Surface, right? But I tried setting up my Surface to run VTube Studio and OBS, and it runs VTube Studio at like 5 fucking frames a second. So if I were to try to stream off of that while I was gone, y'all would just be like, been hearing reviews about the button sticking. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. That's one thing that Steam, that Valve really has going for it with the Steam Deck is their like obsession over quality and user experience translates into a device that's going to be extremely pleasant to use, and anything that they have said, yes, this is going to run well on the deck, it's going to just be a good experience. Unlike, I feel like most of this like user experience is going to feel cobbled together, and it's not going to be as easy to navigate. There are a lot of benefits to running Windows though. PNG tuber bees in Europe. I mean, it stop motion bees. If I thought it was going to be like even remotely, like, I'm actually going to install Linux onto my Surface to see if I can make it work. But if I thought it would be a good experience, I wouldn't even be having this like argument with myself. But yeah, Tinka, I mean, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, honestly. But I think that the Surface in its current form would struggle to do like any sort of stream.
In front of the mirror, shaving. As I looked at my reflection, I noticed it winked at me. It was so strange and unexpected that I threw my razor at the mirror. I was so scared that I expected the mirror to shatter, but instead it stayed intact. I was even more surprised when I put my hand through the mirror and I could feel the glass. I kept going and I was able to climb all the way into the mirror. It was like a tunnel. When I looked back, I saw myself in the mirror, and this time, I winked back. I still can't believe it was just a dream.
What the fuck?
There's many mirrors in this house to check. Oh, sorry. The game plays a Discord notification sound about 10 minutes into the map. I didn't want to call attention to it before, but yeah, just another way the map kinda messes with you. I don't have notifications.
I fucking remember that and being like, huh? Dude, I looked over at my Discord. If you were to go back in the VOD, and find when it plays this Discord sound, I guarantee you would see me look over and check my Discord. That's
sounds turned on, so can't get me. After checking all the other mirrors, in this one bathroom, I can climb up on the sink, and then welcome to the new house. Or maybe the swag? This whole place is mirrored, and it's populated by demons again, whose sounds are all reversed. A change so disconcerting that you might fail to notice that while everything is ostensibly the same as the, regular world, in this reality, the front doors have returned. You can just leave right now. However, doing so will take you to underhalls that... Wait. No, that's not... Even...
Wait, what the fuck? It's reversed in underhalls? I've never seen Twin Peaks. I'm assuming... I'll have to check out that scene.
Here? The whole level, completely flipped and populated by mirrored monsters. Beating the mirrored underhalls takes you back to the house in the mirrored world, complete with a new song rendition too. But I'd say it's wise not to do this at all, as you lose all your weapons going into the mirrored underhalls. There's a few other reasons for progression's sake. We should do what we came here for, though.
That's so
Head
wild.
up to the attic, where we saw that bauble. Ah, Christmas makes me happy too. It's weird seeing through the looking glass and...
The Red Room is an Ion Fury. Is that the next boomer shooter that I should play? Ion Fury?
Into the normal world. More normal, anyway. Hey, is that a baby's crib over there? I don't recall there being one in the
There
real
was
world.
not in
I take that bottle? Oh, that's...
Morbid as fuck. Yeah, I didn't comment on it yesterday.
Don't really know what
but...
else I'm doing, so can I go back?
Rest well, Aku.
Yes, I can.
Well, I gotta pick one Kung Fu. And I'm by no means like really that knowledgeable about current boomer shooters at all. Kassar, welcome in. Ooh, piece of candy. Okay, well, I guess modern boomer shooters, right? Because it's from this decade, right?
Huh?
That
This
shit.
children's daycare is...
I think I had like the same reaction as Shrek. What the fuck?
uncomfortable to be around? The fact the happy, cheery place is a little run down, and outside is dark and foggy. There's a car parked here too. Is there someone else here? I thought I saw someone in the fog at one point, but I look at my footage now and there's no one here. This is all starting to get to me, I think. Maybe most of all because
Roy.
I recognize the layout of this place as being the same as the house. The
It's been a minute.
area,
Good to
be
see ya.
precise. There's a berserk pack on the shelf above me, which I can't reach. But if you go into one of the closets and punch the cracked wall hidden behind the door, you can get it. This might seem like a fun puzzle, but I don't know. Something about how you do all this, happening here in a children's daycare, just plays on my nerves. You can find a baseball and a box of crayons, but that seems to be everything. There's no way to pick up this clown costume in the cupboard anyway.
It freaked me out when I opened the door and saw
there doesn't
that.
appear to be a way out from where I came. There's
Nope.
nothing here.
Nope.
Okay, so I guess I'll turn around and go back.
I checked all the rooms again. That door being so out of place, like, weirded me out. Also, the date on the board here is 84. And every time this shit went to silence, it was just like,
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. He has so much health! Oh my god! He'll take a swing at you if he gets too close, so yeah, he deserves the buckshot. He drops the key to the gate, and there doesn't appear to be anything else here, so we'll leave.
that shit stuck in my head.
Okay. You know, it's interesting. In the photos folder of the Google Drive, you can see pictures of what the real house looks like.
Yes, Brittany.
Yeah, remember this was based off the friend's house? In this particular photo, you can see the kitchen in the living room. This one shows the games room and the secret doorway that was hidden behind the bookcase. We won't be going there again. There's also one that seemingly shows off the impossible hallway, which makes me feel uneasy. I move through the house experimenting, by which I mean hitting U's on anything that I think looks funny, and end up accidentally turning on the kitchen sink. So I begin filling up all the other sinks in the house, without any clear idea why I'm doing this, until I come to the ensuite bathroom, where I realise I've been filling up this bathtub with every sink filled.
Yep.
Somehow. I guess I want the duck? After hunting all sinks down, including one inside the negative house, I fill the bathtub up enough to get the duck. That's all. I got the duck.
Yay, the duck!
Except, when I was showing my friends this map on a Discord stream, this happened when I went to get the duck.
This was so disorienting. And I was like, how far down is far enough here? But I guess you don't even have to go all the way down.
Feeling unwell again. It's actually difficult to move around the flooded house. Your movement, usually so snappy and responsive in Doom, has turned difficult and sluggish as you fight against the water.
Very disorienting.
Everywhere is flooded. Upstairs, downstairs, all rooms. But it doesn't look like there's anything in here.
Yeah, well. My first time in here, this is fucking to watch at 3 a.m. Yeah, I bet.
You might be familiar with the kind of liminal spaces this game has been drawing from. This place in particular being reminiscent of Jared Pike's swimming pool glosses. There have been others around too. I don't want to point out all inspirations as not to bog down these explorations in extraneous information. If you're not familiar, Super Eyepatch Wolf did a great video on liminal spaces, which is a great place to learn more. He talks about House of Leaves in it too. Check it out. Back inside the bath house, you might be forgiven for thinking you're meant to jump off the side or down this hole. Doing so,
I panicked, just ran in a direction, and immediately fell into this hole. The first time that I made it here.
So has us fall into the sky room of the endless staircase we saw earlier.
I was so...
This isn't where we want to be.
So frustrated with myself when I did that.
Inside the bathhouse, which, by the way, resembles the house in its layout once again.
Yep.
Off to the side is a locker room that has a corridor that will take you to an impossible maze of endless showers, bathrooms,
hurt
stalls,
my head
rooms
so
upon
badly.
rooms forever in nonsensical notions of 3D space. But there is a way forward to what we need. It actually involves double backing on yourself at one point in the maze to reach somewhere new. There is another way if you approach the starting locker room from a certain angle and direction, but I only found that out later. We come out...
Wait, Ray realized what during my stream?
...to a great swimming pool.
I don't think I want to go in there. Fish.
Obviously the fish attacks you if you go in, and we want to go in because there's another item there. So you might think to be clever and just shoot the fish bloody from the surface. Not a bad plan, but you might want to be quick when grabbing that item, which is a D20 by the way. You can kill these, but it will take a lot of ammo to do so, and I recommend saving it. So take the dice, but don't leave the pool, because one of the tiles is actually a passage down into another maze. You have to be quick to solve this because you will eventually drown. There's a grate you can go up to for air, but there's also a second one, which is a trick and meant to kill you.
I was also so frustrated by this. Not the separate gate, but the first time I accidentally got I dodged the second one, but the first time I went through here, I got air and I didn't realize that that's what had happened. I was just like, oh, I went the wrong way. So I went back down and I made my way through this maze. And then my subsequent attempts after coming back here, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
You. And sorry, can we take a step back and see that we have swimming and oxygen mechanics in Doom? In Doom. This is absolutely crazy, but only half as crazy as this. I guess we found the garage. These monsters are pinging you from across the map, and the huge distance makes me now see that their projectiles have some annoying homing to them.
Yes, they seek.
I want to cross this bridge, but if you fall off, you go back to the sky room, and we don't want to go back to the sky room. But once you're halfway across, you want to make it across, though.
It probably took me 20 attempts.
Welcome back. This is actually pretty important. We managed to get to the maze again without starting the house fire. That's good.
Did it
that
like
progress.
no way.
There's several items in here to collect as well, as you try sneaking around the bad dog. The first being a pumpkin. Pumpkin, Rick? No. And after doing some interesting maneuvering, we can drop down and uncover a new door to find a doghouse and a frisbee. There's one last item in here to get, which involves strafe running off the side to reach the top of this
I wasn't strafe running.
Thing. This unavoidably alerts the Cerberus, but at least you can get this tuna. Kitties love tuna.
They do.
Tom always spoiled his kitten rotten. You know,
Oh.
there's a sketchbook amidst that Google Drive where you can see some sketches that the journal called disturbing. There's only 3 of them in here, one being the house, which, yes, I do find disturbing now. The other being of the bad dog. Does he have more heads than usual? The final drawing, though, is just of a blue key, which I don't want to say is scary, but I can't help but keep staring at it, longer and longer, like I'm beginning to see some kind of hidden meaning behind the drawing. That's not the house, is it? Anyway, we move through this as normal and come out to the airport. There's not a whole lot to see here. You can set off the metal detector and move through all of this to get a little health bonus. Another car out front as well. There's also a shop where using one of the t-shirts will give you 200% armor, which is very nice. Nothing really in the upstairs or with this baggage conveyor.
I missed
I'm
that.
too big to fit inside. 2 bathrooms,
I tried that.
and the men's seems fine. Cleanest gents I've ever seen in my life, frankly. There's a pill bottle outside the ladies' room, though. Refill needed? Okay, well, I guess that was one of the items we needed. Is there anything else here?
I was so close to going the wrong direction. Because apparently that matters, I guess. Legitimately got jump scared by that when I was playing.
I said we needed the firepower. Now we get a full bottle of pills. Feeling fine. And if we go back to the bathroom...
Like, legitimately jump scared by that. You can probably see my mouse go like, ah.
It's feeling fine too. Oh, by the way, this airport, it's the house again. Of course, it's the house again. Ah, my head hurts. The airplane is the same though. There's nothing else on here. Not even in its bathrooms. So, we're jumping off. The house is different again. Rather than burned out and abandoned, it now seems like whoever lived here has moved out. It's empty, still a little sad, but it's not dilapidated anymore. Which, again, feels like progress? However, once we step out, the end plays out the same as before.
Yeah, Tico.
Vincent Realty and straight onto Underhalls, asking us to go around and try again. This is a compilation of everything I was able to discover on my own. But we're going back in, and this time, we're taking some help.
One of the comments under the video was really funny, saying Doom Guy's face is always the same.
There's only so
Just
much
looking
I
around and
feel I
sussing.
can do by just wandering around by myself. So for the next expedition, I went and got some online help. I didn't want to just follow a walkthrough on what to do here, as it felt against the spirit of exploring this map. So I avoided the Doom wiki page for my house, which has just that, and instead I went back to that original post on
It's
Doom
so true, Brainy.
World. I followed the whole thread of discovery that all the users on Doomworld undertook together when they were finding out about this map for themselves, when the reality of this innocent-sounding level finally hit. I chronologically followed tips they left to one another, as well as just direct guidance on what to do with the game's more esoteric sequences. Really, I just want to spend a moment thanking the original pioneers inside that thread who went in and spent hours.
Wait, we're not even halfway through this video. Also, excuse me, is there like a sequence to opening doors? Huh?
Exploring all facets inside this map. Testing, experimenting, and finding all kinds of secrets and sharing them with everyone. Also, the map was released on March 3rd, but it wasn't until March 7th on the forums that people really started exploring this map. Like, you could maybe forgive someone for thinking that Expedition 1 was the whole level. Thank you to those users who kept the fire burning and didn't let this get buried and forgotten. And a special thank you to the one person.
Imagine leaving that comment. I beat it 2 minutes. It was cool. Like, I hope that person looped back around and saw that they were so wrong.
Who helped me find out I had my tone map settings wrong in GZ Doom. They really helped out. If not for them, we wouldn't get to see the best thing in this section.
What?
This expedition is not the last, but it is where...
Excuse me? What did we... Wait.
Buried and forgotten. And a special thank you to the one person who helped me find out...
Display options, hardware render, much trouble guessing. I was wondering set into each try. Looks like a map is set to dark for rendering style.
I had my tone map settings wrong in GZ Doom. They really helped out. If not for them, we wouldn't get to see the best thing in this section.
Look at him! Now I'm mad. Do we miss a kitty?
This expedition is not the last, but it is where we learn our purpose. Our objective in this map is indeed to be collecting these items, but not the items in the burned out house. They don't count. They don't get added to the picture. This picture tracks what items we have gotten, for a total of 8 in all. You can see it at the end of the last expedition, and how close I was.
Oh, thank you for the link for it.
How close was I really? Because in the mirror world is a separate picture with a different set of items for a grand total of 16 items to collect across the entire map. Annoyingly, I was only missing 2 that prevented me from progressing in all my attempts. One being a wedding ring that you can find in the floating garage section, where you step onto the one black tile that spawns those weird Kako demon things, and then make a run of faith over to this floating platform to get a wedding ring. Then you have to run back and into the maze without falling off, and it's probably where I ended up reloading the most out of anywhere in this level.
It took me a few
The other
attempts.
item I missed was a wine bottle in the mirror world kitchen. That's it. I just never saw it there. Okay then. With all the items and a clear path to progress through, we have everything we need to finish this map. But we're not going to do that until the final expedition, because there's still quite a few hidden places left to see. For one, I can't believe I never thought to use no-clip until I saw that Doomworld thread. That's an ominous and yet familiar message. Still, who cares? Look, I escaped the house. I did it early. I can go anywhere. I can even go straight to the exit. Yeah, if you try to go out of bounds anywhere on this map, you end up in the back rooms.
That's
literally
fucking
and it is
crazy.
The most head-hurting maze in the whole game. Which I guess you might expect. Worse is that while you're trying to work out how to orient yourself, you'll discover you're not alone. There is a few other things here amidst the beige walls. You might find a computer, or a poster hanging on a wall. But really, you want the exit. An exit I could only find with specific instructions from the Doomworld thread. Because, good God, navigating this place is a nightmare. Endless corridors that repeat on themselves forever. Especially disheartening when you're being followed by an indestructible monster. Through the exit, you get taken back to the endless stairway from the recessed locked door. And it's back to the house for you. Bizarrely,
that's cool.
There is also a backrooms to the mirrored underhalls.
Is it
Not to
different?
the regular one, just the mirrored one. It might be the same, but it might be different. I couldn't seem to find the exit to this one. Regardless, the backrooms is meant to be a diversion anyway. There's nothing here for
Brainy.
you. It's just a means to punish those looking to break the game. But it does give me the opportunity to show you something else. What if we were to die? And what if, for some reason, I did not hit reload immediately? What would happen then?
Oh. No, I did not. Yeah, I just kept reloading. Dude, what the fuck is this map? Hello? No. Dicks! Thank you for the dicks. I love the pain scale on the chart there.
This is the house again.
Brainy. It is the house. Holy shit. Oh wait, no, it's not. Just kidding.
This isn't.
I see you, nerdy. Dude, what is... That's also morbid. Nurse station. Oh, there's a key. That's so creepy. What?
You can do this a single time to revive where you stand. I don't know if this serves some kind of purpose. The pill bottle being there makes me wonder, but I have no clue myself. There are some smaller secrets too, but to see them we're going to have to go back to the Brutalist maze. Fortunately...
What an insane way to res one time. What an absolutely insane way to like get one redo. Like, when are you going to stumble into that? But I mean, imagine that there were several people who worked that out and were just like, huh? And what a cool way to do that, though. Imagine if an indie game did this, right?
There is this.
Wait, what? I clicked on that.
You can only take this once. It won't open a second time, but it's very useful for our run. Speaking of running, the outside walls are closer on some sides of the maze compared to others.
Oh.
So what would happen if I were to run off here? Interesting.
I didn't realize that strafe running, like, was that powerful. Like, at all. Did not realize that.
There's another room in the bigger version of the house we can run to as well. A megasphere for max health and armor. That's cool, right? Nifty little secret. You have to fall down the endless staircase from here though, which is where the tricky business of using entrances to this maze needs to be considered. Remember, you can only use the secret entrance and the floating garage entrance once each. Think carefully about what you're doing now. Nothing good can come from a house fire. But these aren't the only rooms you can go into here. There's this much,
Good night,
much more
Sen. Thanks for hanging
difficult
out.
you can
Rest
take.
well.
It'll take you a few tries.
Love you too.
But
Dude, that's this room. Whoa!
this, by itself, is weird.
It is.
What's weirder is going back around to the house and finding all the TVs are now switched on.
Oh.
Even in the mirror world.
Oh.
Even in the hospital. I have no idea if this means or does something, but it makes me feel very small for some reason.
Right.
Okay, I've saved the best thing till last. I hope you're ready.
Okay. Okay. Huh?
The book has returned. Silence overwhelms you as you step into the impossible space of concrete and darkness. After the near constant noise and drones of exploring this house, this utter vacuum fills my stomach with dread. It's time for one last maze.
Every time silence happened,
I've done what I can for it in post to make sure it's visible on the screens I've tested, but if you still can't see, because you're watching on your phone in bed with auto brightness, or if there's sunlight shining on your display, I'm sorry. Maybe just skip to the next chapter. I now present to you, with no commentary and only occasional editing for time, the Novidson Hallway.
I mean, I think anybody that's still here is pretty well invested, so we can enjoy this ride together. Of course, there's creepy sounds. Does that happen in the game, or was that a jump cut from him? Okay. Nah, Tinko, you're fine, you're fine. Yeah, no, I'm seeing parts of the house here, all blended together. And the scale is changing just like it did in the part with the dogs. Fuck you, nerdy. Oh, really? What if you go back the other way? Oh, okay. Stanley walked up to a set of doors. He took the one on the left. Yeah. Excuse me? Do you go back through the doors, chat? Oh, is that water? Oh, that's so disorienting. That's so disorienting. Oh yeah, Poppergeddon is coming up for you. Good luck with that. Surely we're almost done with the video, Tinko. Dude. Just walking into the abyss. Oh, that's a hole. Okay. Is that a staircase? Oh, okay. That's... Oh, God. I would be going down the staircase so slowly. Down the stairs of the glory hole. Wait, he gave up and went back up. Okay. Oh, but which direction did he come from? Oh, no. Oh, no. And can you even trust which direction you actually came from? Even if you think that it's the same from the relation of the like how you arrived at the stairs, like... You can't even trust it with this game. I mean, that looks exactly like how we got in. Well, that looks exactly like the very beginning of this whole mess. Yeah, I think he just turned around.
We did it? To my knowledge, there's nothing to find in there. It's just a horribly tense diversion to take here in this house. This part of the game drives my nerves on end. Even though you could argue nothing happened to me, it manages to inspire anxiety using only its strange architecture and occasional little prodding insinuations that I'm not alone in this house.
Yeah.
I can only hope that I was able to convey that through this chapter. It borrows liberally from House of Leaves, most of the time, but to do this, to execute this labyrinth here in Doom, is nothing short of genius, I think. Now, I wish to point out that even after all we've done, all we've seen here, we still haven't managed to discover that final secret on the map screen. So then, without any further delay, it's time to finish my house. We're going to go through everything in order, one at a time, with a few extra hidden tricks that'll help me get through this nightmare. I'm also going to be slowing down a bit referring to the journal as we go, as I think there is something of a narrative that can be constructed from this mod that we've only been brushing past so far, as vague and fragmentary as it may be. This house may be bigger on the inside, but it feels far from empty. So, starting from when the doors disappear, we get the Pepsi and then the milkshake. There's nothing relevant about them in any of the materials, not even a Pepsi in shot of these pictures, but I noticed the deco in the Pepsi room is older, like 80s or 70s. The Pepsi can itself is an older version too, so I wonder if this is a recreation of a childhood memory. I want pop, like what you'd maybe say if your mother asked you what you wanted to drink. The milkshake room might also be a memory, rather than a horrible negative dimension. We can see in the pictures folder that the room did appear to get some renovations, so maybe an intense colour palette is simply what it had before. Or maybe it's depicted in monochrome because something happened that necessitated the renovations that make this an unpleasant memory. The kid needs a milkshake is probably not said by a child, and it reads as a cold way that two parents might talk about their kid. The context for all of this is just my own speculation, but let's keep going and see where things end up. Uncover the mirror in the attic to be able to access the mirror world. From the bathroom, whose dream we've already covered. I kill everything in the mirror world. I don't think I have to, but I decide to, just in case. In the mirror world, grab the wine bottle. Drunk buddy. Yeah, Tom and Steve did appear to be in that photo. Also grab the bauble, which is referenced in this half-asleep babbling entry of the journal, but I'd say more important is the baby bottle from the crib.
I lay in bed, too afraid to move, when I heard a faint ghostly cry coming from the attic. I had heard this sound before.
Hell
this
no.
time it was louder and more insistent. I got out of bed and slowly crept up the stairs to the attic, my heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst. As I entered the attic, I noticed a trail of children's toys leading out the window. I followed the trail, feeling a strange compulsion to do so. The trail led me to an abandoned daycare center near the edge of town. I stayed back, afraid to enter, but I couldn't help but feel drawn to the place. I knew something was waiting for me inside. Something dark and dangerous. I took a deep breath and stepped inside. The place was dark and silent, but as I walked around I noticed the walls were covered in eerie drawings of children and babies. Then I heard the sound of a baby crying again, coming from the back of the room. I followed the sound, and when I reached the back of the room, I saw a crib with a stillborn baby inside. I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized what was haunting me. The stillborn baby was the one in the attic. I backed away slowly, my heart pounding in my ears. I knew I had to leave this place, and I quickly ran out the door, never looking back.
Get the baseball and the crayons. I don't know if there's any deeper mystery to them, and their associated text feels like nonsense. Adult coloring books and autographed by J.J. Hardy. J.J. Hardy is a real player, but it doesn't help us date or place this daycare, as he's been playing for about 20 years, and has been part of 3 different teams across the USA. I mean, he was drafted in 2001, and that's also the year Shrek came out, but that's too YouTube Theory channel for me. You might also have to deal with the blackboard that says 1984 on it. Either someone has their dates wrong, or this daycare has high expectations for these kids' reading ability. Pick up Snugs and blast away Shrek. No, I don't have any plot reason for why Shrek is here. Go back to the house, and it's time to turn on the sinks for the water house.
I was dreaming about taking a nice hot bath. I felt myself sinking deeper and deeper into the warm water until I couldn't breathe. I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my lips. I was drowning in my own bathtub. Suddenly I felt a jolt, as if I had been pulled out of the water. When I opened my eyes, I found myself in a subterranean cave, illuminated by a faint, eerie blue light. I could feel a chill in the air, and I could hear the echoing of demons in the distance. I tried to scream, but my voice was muffled by the darkness of the cave. I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized I was being hunted by something unseen. I heard the scraping of claws on the rocks and felt the ground shaking beneath me.
I guess the bathhouse is meant to be the cave? I don't know. Solve the maze to come to the swimming pool with the bloodfish, but not before taking this hidden backpack from this one specific locker in the hallway before.
What the hell?
We need the extra ammo capacity.
I was so close to extra ammo.
I don't know what significance this has, beyond Tom, Steve, or maybe both, maybe
also,
once played D&D.
Trying to go down
by the
this.
Text, it got pretty juvenile. And we make our way through to the floating garage, making numerous attempts to get the ring and leave through the exit. I could just take the secret entrance back to the maze, but I don't want to. On my winning attempt, I actually skipped over the line that spawns the enemies somehow. I reactivated it before leaving, out of pity. The wedding ring, though. There's no dream about a floating garage, nor about a specific wedding, but there is
Solid
this
head.
Valentine's Day entry.
Happy Valentine's Day to the only person I ever loved. For a short time, you brought a little happiness to this painful existence called life. I hope we can be together again one day. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for that other someone who can be the ray of light in my life that you turned out to be.
Boy,
Huh.
Steve's had it rough through the years. Into the Brutalist maze now, where I have very little to add, honestly. I wonder if the bad dog appearing in the bigger version of the maze maybe represents a fear of dogs when Tom was a small child. Is that why he went to having a cat instead? Hard to say, but that's the best I've got for you.
Yeah,
I've nothing
that's
more to
true,
add to the
Tinko.
frisbee, the cat food, and that stupid pumpkin. By the way, the room where you get the plasma rifle only opens if you picked up the blue key in the first house. Something someone may have missed if they wanted that soul sphere. I also included this earlier, but if you look around, you might find this guy. You can't attack
Yes.
him. I don't know what his deal is, but the room he's
But
around
he is there.
sort of reminds me of the back rooms, right? Is that the skin stealer? I unplugged the TV room again, hoping this would trigger something new and not seen before, but alas it did not. Dropping down into the abyss and through the staircase into the house again, we can actually see we have all the items in the normal world now, which
Nice,
does unlock
okay.
where to go next. But we're still missing 2 from the Mirror World paintings, so let's square those away first. Go through the secret tunnel and into the airport. I also have little to add here, besides the undercurrent of psychosis that someone may be suffering from? Fun fact, the empty pill bottle is not an item you need to progress. Not from here or the hospital. It doesn't get added to the picture frame.
Yeah.
Red herring then? Or a narrative device to connect these 2 locations? Once again, I don't know. Actually, one thing you can do here, if you position yourself just right in the bathroom so that the blood covers everywhere except the entrance.
Oh.
Amen to that. Okay, let's just clear up and board our plane already.
I was on an airplane, and I was the only passenger. I looked out the window to see the ground below, and
I didn't
noticed
get that.
the terrain was unfamiliar. I had no idea where I was or where I was going. Suddenly the plane started to shake violently, and I heard a loud noise coming from the engine. In the distance, I could see a huge storm cloud coming towards me. I tried to communicate with the pilot, but I couldn't hear him over the sound of the engine. The plane began to dive, and suddenly I felt a huge jolt. I looked out the window again and saw that the plane was heading for some kind of structure. I closed my eyes and felt the plane crash. I felt the impact and heard the screams and cries from the people around me. I then woke up, my heart pounding and my body drenched in sweat.
Congratulations, we've finally caught up. The house is now just the same as it ever was, showing we finally did it. Except that flower painting now isn't. What an interesting picture. And the doors are back, so you could leave. Which, at this point, would be silly. Why would we do that when we can take this rabbit hole as far as we can go? Before you ask, no, this doesn't open until you get all the items. Somewhere new, at long last. Nowhere to go but the road, I suppose. The long, winding road.
And the way that this loops around was also really
What's that over
unsettling.
there? This song, of course. And this crashed car seems to lead to an
Wait.
American gas station. Gotta. This song, of course.
Most mysterious song on the internet on YouTube. People have been trying to find out who sings this.
The harsh, it fills my mind with unknown. When will this journey end? The voices, I hear them now.
Holy shit, Whale. People have been trying to find out who sings it for decades. What the fuck?
Course. And this crashed car seems to lead to an American gas station.
It does.
Got a good feeling about this.
Excellent.
This music too reminds me of a brawl I had once. Inside the store you can find the final item, an Atari 2600 controller. There's not much else here to see, a bus stop and a lit up sign, so the only thing we can do now is follow this trail of blood to this last room. Oh.
Fucking house again.
Oh god. Please don't tell me that store was the house again. You know what, it's fine. Because now we have all the items. And now the Mirror World painting has something to show us as well. Very interesting. So we leave, and sure enough, the fence opens in the same, if mirrored, place, and in we go.
In we go,
it's a long
indeed.
road back to the station, and you could miss it, being the map is flipped around, because the car isn't here anymore. There's a tiny torch instead. But it leads to the gas station all the same.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the same.
Not all the same.
I try and poke around a bit, and there is a rocket launcher in the storeroom. Oh, very nice. Why am I being given a rocket launcher? There's no way past the tape into the rest of the store or into the house bathroom. So we'll go where we need to. Sure enough, standing out by the sign, we can see the smoke above the trees. And hidden between all of them is a little camp area.
I
you can
still
actually
don't
go
see the
here in the
smoke.
regular world, but
I
there's
just
nothing
don't.
here. Meanwhile, we have some carving on the tree. S plus A. What the? Get out of here! No! What the hell? I can't go back. Huh? Wait. What is that?
Oh, damn.
Congratulations on achieving Ending 2. No, really, this is an ending. You might have some questions, but fortunately, there's another dream to tell you about.
February 26th,
Yes, Tenko.
2023. I can no longer tell what elements of this map are my friends, which are mine, and what the map has created. I am no longer
Fine,
afraid that the
Tinko,
map has created.
fine. We are at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 31 seconds. I tried to click. I didn't actually get the thing to the whatchamacallit to clack down. It never faded to black for me, I don't think. I could have sworn that I clicked on it. Oh, I thought it might have been the same as the clack. Ah, I see.
Itself. It needs me as much as I need it, which reminds me of a dream.
I thought you were
had
trying to
the other
bail
night.
on us, Tinko.
I'm not sleeping much, but I recall this one with surprising clarity. I was standing on a beach, staring out at the placid water, the ocean stretching out as far as the eye could see. Seagulls cawed overhead, and the gentle caress of water lapped the sand in front of me. I dipped my toes into the water. At least I tried. There was no water, no ocean. It was an illusion. I realized everything around me.
Oh God, when's your alarm?
The trees, the birds, the sand. It was all a one-act play, and I was Willy Loman, a damned fool who believed in something greater, but there was no happiness to be found. I wandered the set only to find myself staring into oblivion. It was the end of time itself.
It's probably fine, Tinko.
Sadness, only emptiness. Men of faith tell us the afterlife is for eternity, but is it possible to keep your sanity for eternity?
I've had those
Day
nights.
passes in the void, a month, a year, 2, 5, 10. Is this an eternity? 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. I've sat in this room for a million years now, entertaining the same thoughts, pondering the same questions, and ruminated on every mistake in my life. Pushing over them for centuries. 1 billion years now. Double that. Now double it again. I'm still nowhere close to the end of eternity. I pray for death, but it never comes. Just me and my thoughts and my mistakes and my insecurities and my regrets and my loneliness. Somewhere in another dream, the version of myself that winked back is sitting on the real beach.
Chill. Chill.
Life is finite. There is no afterlife. And happiness is found in the small things around us that we can control. Happiness has to be fought for.
Time to fight for your happy ending. Once you lower the entrance to the fake beach,
right,
it's time to get running. Escape from the shadowy archvile, who is basically unkillable. You can stun them pretty easily, but it's easier to just run and never stop. They will teleport and chase you, even into the mirror house, where they'll start resurrecting the dead monsters, so we're going to have to flee to the regular world pronto, which is now repopulated too, and has archviles as well, but fortunately normal ones that we can kill by carefully peeking in and out of sight of their attacks.
I thought they were like invincible.
I probably should have just BFG'd them, but I felt proud when I did it, until I saw outside. It's worse when you open the door.
Right, poor idiot.
Ow. Before we leave, go back up to the attic and look into the mirror. The shadowy archvile has taken the spot where the Christmas bauble used to be. How ominous.
Yeah, we didn't even explore
Getting out
at all.
of the house is tricky. I like to do a lap around the house to get them infighting and thin their number a little. I also want to stock up slightly with these items, but not really fight them. Our battle isn't here. We need to hit the road again, which, by the way, has one last dream to mention.
I was driving along a road in the woods when all of a sudden my car veered off the road and crashed into a tree. I woke up to find myself in the driver's seat with an injured and bleeding leg.
It's the car that we found earlier.
I felt disoriented. I dragged myself out of the car and hobbled my way through the woods in hopes of finding help. My leg was in agony, and I felt like I was going to faint. Through the trees, I saw the lights from a lonely gas station. I was relieved to find it open, but then I realized there was nobody there. I had no idea where everybody had gone. As I was standing there, I heard some strange noises coming from the woods around me. I was too scared to investigate, so I just stood there, feeling scared and alone. Suddenly, I heard a car in the distance, and I limped towards it. Thank goodness. It was a taxi driver who was able to take me to the hospital. I eventually woke up in a cold sweat, not sure if I was relieved or disappointed that it was just a dream.
And with that, there's only one last fight left for us. The gas station is surrounded by monsters from all sides, and a spider mastermind sitting atop the courtyard roof. It's a tough fight, but happiness has to be fought for. Hold on a second, guys. I just need a quick break.
A sludgy! Hell yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Really glad that that was there. Dude, that gun is nuts. True. That's crazy. He cleared it all. I just hauled ass through there.
And here is the true ending. The one secret finally discovered to tell you that this is the end. This beach is real. Actual peace is here for you. And if the dog in the maze survives, then they join you on this beach as well.
Cute.
Cap everything off. The nightmare is finally over. You've completed my house and can relax knowing there's nothing else left to see.
Why are you saying it like that?
Well, actually, what if you collected all the items, unlocking the secret passage in the yard, but then burned the house down anyway?
Oh.
What if you fought your way through the burned out house again? The brutalist maze, went through the airport that has no plane, but you still fall back down into the now destroyed house? What if you did all of that, left the house, and then opened the fence passage?
Oh shit. Oh, this is a fucking QR code.
But it is a little secret for you. My phone couldn't read this QR code, but fortunately, someone very kind and clever in the Doomworld forums transcribed the code into something readable, which takes you to a new hidden photo in that Google Drive. An obituary for Steve Nelson.
Oh,
Steve
shit.
died on the exact same day that Tom died, August 3rd, 2022. What does this mean? Does it mean that Steven's spirit made this Doom map as his last connection to the outside world? Is this meant to be some metatextual statement on the death of the author? I don't have a sole definitive answer, and I'm not sure one really exists for me. But this does open up some interesting rabbit holes.
Welcome back.
Was it actually Steve who wrote the journal? Rereading the journal after discovering this, it suddenly struck me how rarely names are used, instead using my childhood friend, or just my friend, when referring to who I presumed to be Tom. It's only in February 2023 where Thomas is finally named, and positively identified as the person who started the map on the floppy disk, which I guess the forum post also confirmed. Steve isn't named anywhere in here, which might
we just
support the idea
assumed that
he's
was
the one
Steve.
writing it. At first, though, I wondered if the vagueness of the journal meant there was a third person who wrote it. Who would that be? A, of course. The journal mentions the love of their life, and the obituary confirms Steve did indeed tie the knot at some point. The journal implies that their love is no longer with them, too. Could the journal be by A talking about Steve? This might be an answer for those wanting to reject an ethereal origin for this mod. However, this is leaving out an important detail from the obituary. Steve is survived only by his closest relatives, and not by any spouse. So either they had separated, or their partner had already passed away. You might be able to see where I'm going here. I think A might be Tom. His last name is Allard. A for Allard, perhaps. If they were close, even as friends, it wouldn't be hard to see them having nicknames for one another. The obituaries further support this too. The fact that both of them married their old school crushes, and that they went to the same high school. The fact Thomas moved back to the same town to be with the person they married. Tom too is also not survived by a spouse, despite being married. And the fact they're both sharing a celebration of life and funeral service at the same place, date, and time. So, yeah, I think they're together. The obituaries don't mention how either died. merely that Stephen passed away and that Thomas died in his home. I've heard there's an entire lexicon of euphemisms that obituaries use to talk about the recently deceased, but I don't know if I'm privy to such things. Anything I could derive, further than I already have, would merely be a baseless assumption, from here or in the map. But you might wonder then what this whole mod was about. If at the end our big twist was our author too was dead, and this was a tribute made for romantic love rather than just friendship. Well, I'm sure I don't need to point out the signs of a potentially difficult childhood that appear throughout this map and its supplemental material. It's hard to know exactly who owns what here. However, I'd say some things feel particular to Stephen. For instance, there's the hospital. Thomas still has all of his close relatives together, but Stephen apparently lost his father sometime before his death. So, are we reliving his father's death here? No idea why he died, though I remember the pill bottle. Curious. His mother also has 3 different last names mentioned within the obituary,
Thank you for being here.
which might imply a difficult upbringing for the boy. The level itself is full of moments that could represent other events or memories, but I'd like to repeat one last bit from the journal.
Thank you for the
instead.
posture check and the stretch.
For a short time, you brought a little happiness to this painful existence called life. That's my read on things. A tribute to a difficult life which love briefly illuminated, made from beyond the grave by a grieving partner's cursed soul. You might disagree. It's intentionally vague, and I think its opaque and confusing nature is part of the point to illustrate trauma. So why not play it for yourself? Explore its many corners, read these documents, and see what conclusions you draw. Maybe the airport is Tom coming back home to Illinois. Maybe the frisbee is Stephen's love of frisbee golf. For me, though, it's interesting this all started with sharing a house on a floppy disk. When 2 people begin to share a house, when one moves in with another, what do each of them bring into it?
Wild.
If I had $1 for every time a horror game revealed itself to be a gay love story at the end, I'd have $2. And my local bakery still wouldn't accept them for a sausage roll. Some of you may be wondering about the account of Veg on Doomworld, and it may shock you to know that Veg is a real user. Real in the sense that this account has been open since 2004, then seemingly left in 2006, before coming back in September of 2022. Their posts and updates on Doomworld mirror what's said in the journal perfectly, with dates lining up and everything. Veg never dropped their character, even for a second. I can say character now, right? We all understand the healthy lines between fiction and reality, correct? There is actually a bit of, to use a technical term, hoo-ha in the forums about the identity of the author, or authors, where the clues have been left in places like anagrams or even in the thread itself. However, to be totally blunt, I don't care to chase up on such things. Either the creators come forward, or they don't. What matters to me is the time I had playing this.
Yeah.
I did not expect one of my favourite gaming experiences of 2023 to be a Doom map. Playing through my house has been like I've had a spell cast on me, utterly entrancing me and convincing me to keep playing, keep digging into its secrets. I've spent hours in this little map of 10 minutes of playtime, and longer still just thinking about it. Not only the details of its narrative, but how genius its design is. A lot of this has already been discussed at length by people inside the Doomworld thread, which I highly recommend you read for yourself. Those people in there know Doom much better than I do. But I want to bounce off the pages and pages of discussion that's already there, and say how incredible it is that this feels like a full Doom horror map, rather than just a horror mod that happens to run in Doom. All elements of its design are rooted in rules very familiar to fans of Doom 1 and 2. Solving mazes, running past lines which trigger new things in the map, such as opening new passageways, even the effect of running in circles around a map, collecting keys to open doors, or in this case, making the door appear once again. This is the language of Doom, and this mod takes it and twists the familiar words to be understandable but also terrifying. It is that uncanniness that stems from that familiarity that makes it work so well with the presentation of the entire game. One thing I haven't mentioned that's inside the Google Drive is the actual myhouse.wad, a much smaller map that, if you play, it's just the basic loop of the regular house. Or the first house, I suppose. No weirdness, and even beating underhalls takes you forward to the gantlet. Although there is actually one key difference. You're a different height. Actually, it'd be more accurate to say that in the PK3 version of the game, you're taller. The WAD doesn't change your height from the default. You might not notice it in the context of the house. You feel at a regular
That's so fucking clever. So the actual WAD is the map that was created as the character was a child, and then what you play through with all of the extra bullshit is like, you know, you revisiting that in the future. That's crazy.
Human height for these objects. Maybe the reason why this change was made. But you don't.
A child with a gun. Yes,
do you?
Kakona.
You're still a different height when you go through underhalls. Given how many times a Doom player may have gone through underhalls over the years, especially a community dedicated to Doom, that uncomfortable feeling of something not being right might be hard to shake and even harder to pin down. I didn't even know where else to mention this, but is it any coincidence that the game takes you into underhalls? An early Doom 2 level featuring a house. There's nothing off about it, but after going through all you saw in Expedition 1, can you really feel for sure that is the case?
That's true. That is a fucking house.
Everything about this map works to get itself under the skin by being just a little bit off. That subtle change of the player height, the weapons animations swapping out, playing with the music that people expect to hear in these maps. Even the doors. How iconic is the Doom door opening sound? And this game even manages to flip that on its head. It takes the ultimate familiar and reliable space that is Doom and creates points of alienation.
Thanks for being here.
Feelings of security when playing it. Playing a simple mod based on a player's house. Even if you've never played classic Doom before, I think this can have an effect on you. After all, you do one loop of the house before anything weird happens, and then your loops to grab keys become wider and stretch into the impossible. Then there's also the extraneous references in the game. Shrek, the backrooms, and the many inspirations from the liminal space online movement. Some of you may have rolled your eyes when you saw them, but what if I told you they were actually very smart? See, Doom has had maps and mods made for a very long time, and in a manner not dissimilar to how online communities in these horror spaces continue to make their own spins on the core elements of their chosen movement. Multiple online versions of the backrooms and liminal spaces exist, with all kinds of ways to experience them, from art to video to game. Shrek, existing in here, as crazy and pretentious as this will sound, draws a connection between these movements and Doom modding. He is a meme. He's everywhere. Has been for an ungodly amount of time. And chances are, if a new meme or online movement comes along, Shrek will be put inside it at some point. But Doom modders have been putting personal Easter eggs inside their maps for years. It's never been uncommon to see something out of place in someone's map. Something that probably meant something to the map author. It's a small piece of personal expression, not unlike someone putting Shrek inside their horror work. It might sound like I'm stretching, but when you see Shrek, you know it's artificial. Your mind immediately knows that what you're playing is constructed, and you'll think of the author, something that this map is asking you to do constantly. Okay, I might be focusing a bit too much on this, but bear with me for this last point. What I like most about this connection is that it feels like a celebration of Doom modding. This year, Doom turns 30 years old.
Oh, well, there we go.
And 30 years on, this game is still getting community support, and the set rules of this game are still changing in radical ways people never thought of. but it's also adapting, changing with the times. Even amidst all the changes in gaming, technology, and even the wider cultural and political landscape, there has always been Doom modding happening alongside it. And while
That's
being
wild to
influenced
think
by what's
about.
happening around it, it's never been slowed or discarded or abandoned. Doom can adapt itself to these modern internet trends like putting on a new glove, and still make an impact when it does so. Doom can be anything, from the simplest shooter maps to strange new experiences that people haven't seen before. In the truest sense of the word, this map shows that Doom really is eternal. There's one more detail from the journal I'd like to close on. It's a flimsy observation, but bear with me anyway.
Yeah, Jag, I'm glad you enjoyed it. This has been, I'm really glad that we just dove in and watched this whole thing, especially after playing it yesterday. Like,
In the text are 3 numbers highlighted in red. In order, they are 2, 3, 1. I don't see any connections between the journal entries they are attached to, and the number means nothing in the context of the map. So I googled Doom 231 and found a music track from OC Remix. OC Remix numbers its tracks sequentially, so the fact it's a Doom song specifically at number 231 feels like a pretty extraordinary coincidence. The song itself is a remix of Sign of Evil from Doom 1, and I can't help but think when listening to it that it may have been an inspiration for the creation of the whole map. Even if I'm wrong, and it wasn't that big an inspiration, it's a nice song anyway. Really makes me feel happy. Thank you for watching this long delayed video. I've been in not the best shape while working on this, and to be honest, playing through this map over and over again wasn't helping matters. Then I got sick on top of that,
that's
again,
probably fair.
I know, which delayed things further. Production was pretty difficult anyway. I made some of the ambience for sections of this video by stretching some of Doom's songs and layering different versions together. It was a lot, but I had fun, and I'm glad it's now here for everyone. And an extra special...
I usually don't stream on Thursdays. Wednesdays I do stream. Sorry, I need to be better about releasing the schedules again. My bad on that one. But definitely would recommend, if you miss this, and if you don't plan on trying to play through My House on your own, here is the link to this video. Leave the entrance to the bathroom unsullied for a big fucking reward. That's the depth of this is crazy. On one hand, I really want to know who or the team of people that were responsible for this. On the other, it's so cool that it just got dropped by an account from 2004. Like, Strawberry, good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Special thank you to all my patrons. Your support and your patience humbles me. So now, let's get into questions. What were your thoughts on House of Leaves? In particular, did you read it in any specific manner? I adore House of Leaves. It's not often I think about rereading a book that I've just finished reading.
What is an MT32? Curious. Doom guy's face constantly being either inconceivable. Yeah, it really is. I'll watch the VOD from yesterday. KKKK. Give it a like. I will give it a like. I'm shocked he could remember an 18-year-old account password, right? Or still have access to that email address that was used to create it.
I personally read the entire main story first, and only read the appendices once I finished the Davidson record.
That's cool, baby.
With the exception of the Pelican poems. for some reason I couldn't even tell you. I think this is why I'm curious to go back, as I took the words written at their face value, without any other context. But now I have read the appendices, I want to see how I now view the narrative as presented. Let me take this moment to give a heartfelt recommendation to read House of Leaves for anyone who's still watching. Despite its reputation, it's quite an approachable book, and you can get in the swing of its layout and style very naturally. Don't be put off by the look of it, or me talking about appendixes. It may have taken me 2 attempts to read through it, but that's only because I first tried reading it while traveling. And that's a bad idea
maybe
for
I
a
should
book
not
you
do
need
that
to
then.
flip and turn and read back and forth. Reading in the comfort of your own
That's an
home
excellent
is
point,
best.
actually.
If my honeyed words aren't enough for you, there is an excellent video by Cloud Cuckoo Country on House of Leaves and ergodic literature as a whole, and he can give you a basically spoiler-free review and primer to read this book yourself. He also talks about other books like House of Leaves, which I actually have a couple of on order right now. I'll put a link to his video in the description below. One last
Tempted
thank
to watch
you
that.
to you all, and I'll see you next time.
Kitty! Aw. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, there's also, there's emails that I've lost access to. And I feel like I probably am closer in age to the people that created this than like to your parents. Probably. I don't know. I don't know how old you are or your parents are, but, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of my digital past that has just disappeared, which is an interesting thing to just like think about. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much that I couldn't possibly go back and recover at this point. And an account for a Doom forum in 2004, you know. My first ever ultra cringe email account I lost access to, probably a good thing. My parents have both had colonoscopies. They're old. Yeah, I'm not there yet. That was such a good video and such a good experience playing that mod. This has been my screen name since I was 16. I have had many, of which I will not share. You still have all your digital history? Yeah, but you're 34. I'm around the same age as you, and there's a lot that I've lost. There's a lot that I've lost. I lost my original email since I wanted it gone. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you just never like when you're that, especially like for people that were growing up around the same age as me. Like, I don't know, you didn't really have a concept of like thinking about, am I going to be using this email address in 10 years? Whenever an email address was a brand new fucking thing. That was it was not a constant for me. Just like one day I had the ability to have an email address and it was a new thing. Like, I have all of it except for a burner account I made for a site I didn't want in sending me spam email. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple email accounts. There's some old forums that I can find if I really dig, like on Wayback Machine and stuff like that. But like also a lot of time that I spent on the internet, like in the early days of me being on the internet, were forums that just no longer exist anymore. You know, they weren't as robust of a community as like the Doom community. So they're long since dead and gone. Stole my name, Steam account, MC account from my younger brother. That's so wild, Tinko. That's so wild, Tinko. Hey, it worked out for you. Yeah. Well, what a fucking ride. What a ride. Does he actually stream? Shout out, Rip, welcome in, by the way. Rip GeoCities, Stellar Dawn Central, and many others. Anybody else have a Zanga? The forum I picked up on this name is gone forever. I only started using OMG. I've said this before on stream, but I only started using OMGBs during the League of Legends closed beta. So what? That's like 2011-ish. Before that, I went by many other names. League player, fuck, I know. That's a cringe, my bad. Go shake hands with Shay. Ew. Grammar's out the window. Yeah, don't sweat it. Still have my first email address from 1996, which is Yahoo, but I don't actively use it anymore due to cringe name. I don't think that I have access to my first email address that I remember was a Yahoo email address. I do not think that I still have access to that email. GeoCities still around? I don't think that GeoCities as GeoCities is still around. I believe that there was a project to like preserve it and bring some GeoCities sites back online, but it was more of like a passion project rather than it actually being GeoCities. 2009? Was that really? There's no way that was 2009, Tinko. Chat, share your very first online name. I am not going to do that with y'all. No offense to y'all. I just don't want anybody. Oh, Ray. Holy fuck. Yo, thanks for actually saying hello. Yeah. Used to go by Rayman 501st everywhere. Now it's usually Manraim. Also, howdy. It was fun meeting y'all at Acon. It was fun meeting you. Are you that cringe, bees? Yeah, I'm that fucking cringe. Game was in closed beta testing from April 11, 2009 to October 20th, 2009. Fuck, was it really? Holy shit. I guess you're right, Tinko. Yeah, I mean, I guess 2009. Whenever the closed beta was for League, because my League account has the King Rammus skin. That's like the only reason that I have such a concrete grasp of when that name came into existence. Because the name that I was using before that was difficult to pronounce, and I was tired of it. I was tired of having to shorten it, so I was like, this is what we're going with. There are kids on Twitch younger than your name? Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I used to play racing games as a little brainy, so your first username was Speed? That's so adorable. That's so adorable, Brainy. I'm so upset Jagex found Fun Orb. Googling. Oh. I forgot my first O-Game username. Their old minigames website. Yeah. No, I had several pretty cringe usernames before a somewhat like usable one. 2009 is 12 years ago, right? Right? I had to find a new name on a private WoW server, so I ended up with Brainiac, which is taken on YouTube back before Google Plus, I think. So I went with Brainy Epic, which has stuck until now. Yeah, I had a couple. I had a couple. One actually used it's super edgy, but it was like it had to do with a poem that I liked at the time. And then it had some really cringe numbers attached to it. Then I had one that was all leet speak that I used quite a bit. Then I had one specifically for the Harry Potter communities that I was a part of. That you would not be able to guess were associated with my previous usernames. And I used that online for quite a while. Like quite a while. Then my first like somewhat, I guess, normal username was a character from a book that I liked, but it was very difficult to understand or pronounce. Shadowmaster69, hell yeah. But it was so hard to pronounce that OMGBs just kind of hit me, and I've been OMGBs ever since. I won't share my first, plan to use it for some stuff in the future, but my second was, is it broken? I love names like that. I remember playing StarCraft, like the original StarCraft, against somebody that was called like, Eat Me, I'm a Danish. And that name like dug into my brain and made me giggle like uncontrollably. I've never been socially active online, but I somehow have a Twitter and Minecraft forums account dating back to 2011. It's interesting, like the things that you like, the interests that you kind of socially dip your toes into, but are such like a huge part of, you know, your life online. I don't know. Like I was like that with Twitter for a long time. Like my Twitter account's pretty old, but I just never fucking used it. Unlock memory mentioning book character. Oh god. That was MC Beta times. Yeah. I don't know. There's whole like chapters of my online life that I would be mortified if people actually found. Not that like necessarily they're really that bad. It's just like, no, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't, chat. And that's not even like the Harry Potter roleplay. Like if I'm admitting to the Harry Potter roleplay, like chapters of my life, then, you know, I'm just saying. I went by Man Ray for years before people pointed out it's the name of the villain character from SpongeBob. Anyway, is this your wallet? Thank you for the hydrate. My life went downhill since I was 12 years old. My friend got me into WoW, and I've been a gamer derogatory ever since. I remember hating WoW when it came out. I was so pissed. I was so pissed off at WoW because I was like super active at this LAN center in my town. And up until WoW came out, every single like weekend was packed full of Battlefield gameplay. Everybody at the LAN center was playing Battlefield. It was fucking awesome. We were all playing over an actual LAN connection, so you could talk shit to people in the room with you. The LAN center had like 40 fucking computers in it at its most popular. So you could fill up most of a 64-person server locally in this LAN center. And being able to just like stand up and be like, fuck you, is just like something that is, I feel like it's very rare in today's world. Yeah, you can do that through like Discord or in-game chat or whatever, but I don't know, it just hit different like that. And then I remember WoW coming out and suddenly 2/3 of the people were playing WoW. And it was just like overnight, just everybody wasn't playing Battlefield anymore. They weren't playing Counter-Strike. They weren't playing Command and Conquer. Fucking everybody was playing WoW. And it actually took me a while to be like, fuck it, I'll play WoW. You've had the same Gmail account since 2005? Holy. Holy. Can I see how old my Gmail account is? Let me see if I can figure that out. My brother did LAN parties, but I never got the chance to. They played a bunch of CNC Renegade. Yeah, it was Command & Conquer Generals at this LAN center. I still do LAN parties. Like, I've got a group of friends Kung Fu is actually a part of it all. Where we drag a bunch of computers together every month and have a LAN party. It's pretty fucking cool. Even if we don't, a lot of times we don't even hit the mark for like really playing a game that we're all playing on like LAN. We're just hanging out and playing games together. It's still a lot of fun. It's just, you know, it's not quite the same as it used to be. Anybody remember when you needed an invite for Gmail? Yeah, or when Facebook was for college students? I don't even bring my computer. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I bring booze. Hey, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining about the drinks that you make. They are delicious. Okay, let's see. Where's my account info? Manage my Google account. Holy shit, I need to buy more Google storage. About? Is this about my account? No. Damn, I wish I could see when I made this account. Can I see how old my Gmail account is? Gmail account settings. Oh no, that's just looking at an old piece of mail, which will get purged out. Anger! See your previous message? Gear icon settings, forwarding. Oh, okay. Thank you, Anger. Wait, where would that actually tell me? Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, 09. 09. So I guess I didn't have a Gmail account until, listen, sometimes reading is hard, Anger. I'm sorry. Maybe honestly, maybe I had a Gmail account before this one. I can't remember. I don't think so, though. The first Discord server I joined was an Undertale RP server. I will admit, however, I didn't do much RP. I feel like I feel like that I didn't do much RP. Like it's because I knew several of them from some fanfic stuff. I haven't talked to any of them in a year now. I see. Those are the times we break out the Wii for some Brawl, GameCube for Double Dash. Mini fights have been started over Baby Park. That's fantastic. First ton I joined was Toby Martin and the Little Woods Friends setup in January of 2016. I didn't get big into Twitch until like 2021. My account is like 10 years old. I was huge into Twitch. Like when Lyric was blowing up in Arma 3's Battle Royale mod. Like whenever that was first getting big. So what, like 2012? 2012-ish maybe? God, I watched so much Twitch. I actually have like I think it's like over 2 terabytes of ancient Lyric VODs backed up somewhere. Like ancient Lyric VODs. Because whenever they were like, hey, we're gonna delete all of the VODs, I was like, I don't want to lose all of that footage. So like I downloaded one of those archival tools that suddenly became super popular, and I just scooped up a ton of old Lyric VODs. They're just sitting on a hard drive that I have. Yeah, so my account is old. Like if you look at my oldest follower, on if you look at my oldest follower on Twitch, they've been following me. It's Kyle, who still is active in chat, probably listening right now and just not commenting. Seriously has been following me for over a decade, which is fucking nuts. Yeah, 11 years, 4 months, 19 days, 15 hours. That's wild. Also, where did you do that? Oh, I'm missing a bunch of chat. It didn't scroll down. Your account is older than the average juicer. Damn. Wow, Ray. Your account is 4 months older than mine. Wild. Whale. What a baby. 9 years. Brainy, how fucking old were you when you made that? You made the account to sub the Total Biscuit? That's not your first one? Ah, I see. How old is Kyle LOL's account? Oh my God. 11 years, 3 months. Kyle may have made his account. I don't want to assume. Kyle may have made his account to follow me. Your Minecraft account is from 2010? Yeah, I borrowed a Minecraft account. I had a Minecraft account that I lost. Like, yeah. It would be cool to like try to do a deep dive on like my early internet presence, but nah. Tika made his own kid. Remember GameSpy? Yeah, what about it? Is it bad that I only used my account recently in its 7 years span? No, I mean, people do that with stuff. Just thought about how games be broken without it now. Yeah. It's insane to think about. I mean, so many like services and games that I used to play all the time are just gone now. Like I had thousands and thousands and thousands of hours in Battlefield 1942 Desert Combat. Twitch is next. I mean, if it keeps heading in the direction that it is now, I mean, who knows? But Firefall, my account's probably youngish, but I slept on it for years before I became active like 2 months ago. Yeah. You just logged into a 20-year-old email? Ugh. That makes me want to try to log into some of my older emails, but I'm not going to do it right now on stream. What is the game? Firefall? Why does this seem familiar? When YouTube let you make a custom channel background, when channels like SMP Films, Mystery Guitar Man, and New World were big, yeah.
Chained to the ground.
Wait, who did you say you made your account to follow, Brainy?
We will continue to fight and die. Destined to fall. Unless we...
Total Biscuit. I killed him in PlanetSide 2. I remember that. I remember that distinctly. I was very involved in PlanetSide 2, and they brought on creators to You're about to mention PlanetSide 2? Were you big into PlanetSide 2? No shot. Not just a bit. What went wrong? The video is hilarious. Apparently the guy in charge bought a fucking bus and put a server in it capable of hosting the entire fucking game. What? What? Vanu's come. Oh shit. Yeah, I played for the number one outfit in that entire fucking game. I spent a lot of time playing PlanetSide 2. I didn't really ever get into PlanetSide 1, but I played a paladin at the time in WoW, and I was playing Holy Paladin Enhancement Shaman in duos with a person that became a really good friend of mine. And he had been, I know it's a really fucking weird arena combo, but he had been super into PlanetSide. So when PlanetSide 2 hit, he's like, no, you got to come. You've got to come play PlanetSide 2 with me. So I got sucked into PlanetSide 2. And it was absolute insanity. He had so many people in that outfit that were absurdly good at PlanetSide 2. His account actually got banned because I went on a do you remember the big like mechs that you could have? What were they called? Not like mechs, but like you were in like a heavy suit of armor and you had like big guns, and if you had someone repairing you, like you could just fuck shit up. I gotta go to sleep in less than 2. You get up. Yeah. Go to sleep, Tinko. Go to sleep. Get some rest. Thank you for hanging out, Tinko. It was really awesome having you around. I enjoyed the game. I had fucking a blast with PlanetSide 2. Anyways, we went on an absolute rampage. Just mowing people down, and his KD got so ludicrous that he got banned for a short amount of time. Ended up getting unbanned, but it was just so many good times on PlanetSide 2. But yeah, they hosted this event where it was Total Biscuit. Who are the other? Let's see. PlanetSide 2 Total Biscuit. Yes, it was Total Biscuit, Tobuscus, and Sea Nanners. And each one of them had their own faction. And they did this big event where they were all streaming on Twitch. And they were like leading their faction to go take points on the map or whatever. And I stream sniped all 3 of them. I team killed the person that was like leading my faction. Just because I was an absolute piece of shit. Oh my god. Yeah, Sea Nanners is a name I have not heard in a long time. Yeah. And honestly, I think it was Total Biscuit who was leading what was the red faction called? God, it's been so long. I can't believe that I don't even remember. I remember Vanu, Terran. Yeah. I think it was Total Biscuit that was leading the Terrans, and I snuck into the like biolab thing that they were spawning in, and I managed to kill him, I think 3 times. God, I wish I still had the clip saved. I remember him getting so frustrated because it was obvious what I was doing. It was so obvious what I was doing because I was literally just hanging out on top of a building next to their spawn. Of course I died. Because just dozens and dozens of people were spawning from that point. And it was just me in there. The game was so fuck with spawns. Oh yeah, it was an absolute disaster. It was a ton of fun though. It was a ton of fun.
We evolve.
Limitless exploration. Okay. Yeah, the thumper mechanics for mining were so fun to have endless enemy spawns. It was a big map. That's really cool.
A promising sci-fi MMO plagued with poor decision-making, strange marketing strategies that made absolutely no sense, a chaotic founder let go from his own company, and most importantly, a bus. I'm Wicked Wiz.
Hell yeah.
My word and to gain any success and enthusiasm for the thing.
We may have to watch this at some point. That bus looked absolutely mental. Like, absolutely mental. Future crew... planet side. Okay. Poor kid had to play the free cheap clones of the games, free parts of RuneScape, CS clone called Crossfire, and so on. Swap between 5 armor classes at will. You got the cheapo games from supermarket aisle. I'm gonna get DMCA'd for this. Planetside 2 was actually really good. The Liberator Gunner was so overpowered. If you had a good pilot in the Liberator and you just flew around ruining people's days. Yeah, pilots in Planetside 2 are insane, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Noxious was like nuts. I think this dude is still one of my Steam friends, actually. Fairly certain this dude's still one of my Steam friends. Yeah, I feel that fighting. The giraffe camo, yeah. Got a Wii and a DS for birthday and Christmas and made good use of those. Mainly remember Pokemon stuff. There's other stuff like Animal Crossing. Yeah, I got an NES that was hand-me-down and I played the shit out of that. And then I ended up getting a Game Boy Color. But and then finally a Nintendo 64. And then I had some friends that I went in with and we bought a PlayStation 1 and then split it between the 3 of us. So like I would get it for a week, another one would get it for a week, and then another one would get it for a week. So we could play like Final Fantasy 7 and shit like that on it. But like I didn't have a Dreamcast and it took me ages to get a Nintendo 64. Like I remember I would go to like friends or like cousins' houses and be like, all I want to do is play Grand Theft Auto 3 on your PlayStation because holy shit, this is blowing my mind. And then it took me forever to get a decent like gaming PC. I had a friend gift me EverQuest. She was like, "Here, I want to play EverQuest with you." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I totally have a computer that can run this." And I tried upgrading the RAM on my own. It was like this mismatched, like ridiculous mess of RAM that I shoved in while my parents were out of the house. And then I bought a graphics card used off of a friend at school. And it was still so shit that like not all the textures were loading in. I remember the first time I loaded in, half of my character's face loaded with no eyeball. Then the other side, the face didn't load in, but the eyeball did. It was a disaster. It played at like 3 FPS whenever I was like out in a big zone. Most prominent memories are from Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Thrillville Off the Rails for the PS2. That's really cool. I love like games that like really stick with you like that. I mean, obviously, I think the biggest one for me is Battlefield 1942 Desert Combat. But like I think it was called like Karnov or something on the NES. Worms in the PC lab in my middle school. That you'd be playing against somebody and then suddenly the teacher would be back, and if she could see your row, you couldn't keep playing, but if you're playing against somebody on the other row, they could keep playing and your turns would time out and it wasn't fair. And oh yeah, I need to get yours back to you, Anger. Grand Theft Auto Flying Tank. Yeah, Quake 3 Arena demo on all the computers. Yup. Yeah, I remember GTA San Andreas came out and it was in all of the magazines. I had this one guy with all the cheats. It was like 10 pages. I was learning them and reading them even before I had the game. That's crazy. That's so awesome. Let's see if there's any other Planet Side videos that would be worth watching. Oh shit, this is actually a scrim. Oh. Murdered by It's Murda. Side 2. It's Murda. God, I wonder who all's in this one. 2 hours long. Not intended to sit down and watch from start to finish. How's PlanetSide doing in 2023 after 10 years? I'm assuming not well. PlanetSide 3, whoa! Scourge, Murda, Skill Cannon, Zell, Nabe. Oh my god. Oh, of course, Poop Breath. Fantastic.
Damn, I keep hitting that thing. Future but I don't want to see this fight. It's a big push from Future. You got one Zoya max down, another Zoya max down. You have Res's coming in, but he's under fire. Violin's gonna go down. The medic, another medic down. So you have one.
This is just complete chaos.
Side, flanking, back and all these BS coming down the side. They see him, but they're not able to do anything about him.
My friends in high school circa 2016 got Quake Arena running on our ancient Chromebooks. That's so awesome, Ray.
BS, which means Future are dying in droves. Now you have a couple people coming up here, some light assaults from any elite trying to get some crossfire set up on this doorway. And it looks like things are slowing down. So the second.
God, it's making me so nostalgic. Sorry if I'm losing a lot of you, chat.
It hit numerous Future Coup, but the revive grenade, you're only at half health, no shields. Only
I'm 100% going to be in some of these videos.
4 or 5 maxes, those 4 bullets can come at you pretty fast.
I don't know if I was still playing at this point.
Right here behind the main officer.
Wow, nerdy.
Just spitting fractures. But ultimately, he got taken out. Only 800 health points. Ultimately, they got taken
I just saw
only 800 health
TWF.
points on the infiltrator, so he's pretty easy to.
Yeah, so TWF is another name that has popped up in this Twitch chat. I don't know. Twif may still actually be a mod. I don't know if I took his sword away or not. Anyways, he was the enhancement shaman that I played Holy Enhancement Shaman with. Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. Yeah, no worries, Bernie. I remember a time Minecraft was small enough to fit and run on a thumb drive. Yeah, you could just play it like, wasn't there like a website? Like even back whenever that was like it was kind of crazy that you could do this, but you could just play off a website back in the day. Good night, Brandy. Rest well. Yeah. I kind of want to still watch the new episode of Jet Lag. It's a 45-minute long video, but I'm back. One more thing. Okay. Sure, Will. Go for it. Oh, thank you for the screenshot, Engar. Wait, you can't run Minecraft off a website anymore? I mean, I think that website that we're specifically talking about is long gone. School's firewall block the game websites, except for Cool Math, which is eternal. Of course it is. I wish I'd gotten into Minecraft craze properly. Apparently all the public servers are all blown to smithereens today. Yeah, but I mean, there's definitely still cool servers to play on. But I mean, yeah, I feel ya. I never really I played Minecraft on and off, just never in a very serious way. I mentioned website games. Yes, there was this one called Instant Action or something, and it had a bunch of games. One was like a knockoff Tribes Ascend. That's crazy. We should have an OMGB servers. Oh wait, yeah, I want to play some more Minecraft on stream. I was really looking forward to Moon playing today. Tribes Ascend is still running. I guess that shouldn't really surprise me. Mini clip was good. Yeah. What do we do, chat? What do we do? It's already been 3 hours. What time is it? 9:50. Fuck. I'm gonna watch this either way. Fallen Empire Legions, Wikipedia literally redirects you to tribes as it was tribes like. If he's calling in sick tomorrow to play Minecraft all night, I need my vacation days. It's so right. Browser games back in the day were actually like nutty, like genuinely, like Flash games. We should have a stream, because I know that there's some sites that have kind of like resurrected some of the old Flash games. We should have like a Flash game stream. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Just like make a list and find some, like, source some of the old games to play. Like I've actually got one on my phone, the innocent dating Flash games that all end with sudden segs. Yeah, right. Yeah, totally. Looking up walkthroughs to make sure that you get to the segs that you want. Yeah. Kiddo Brainy didn't understand. If you can get a Flash port, Unblock Games 66 on Google sites still works. Oh, okay. Yeah, what's the fucking game that I have it on my phone. I just can't remember what it is. Where is it? Oh yeah, Hill Climb Racing. That shit's been around forever. Yeah, go rest, Brandon. Go rest. Used to be a time when my friends would get on Minecraft and Left 4 Dead 2 for hours after school. Yep. Can we bring back Left 4 Dead 2? Like I you know what? That's another stream that I really want to have. Is just the Left 4 Dead 2 stream. I just want to get some people together and play Left 4 Dead 2. Fuck it. I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to find some people and do a collab. I'm going to do a Left 4 Dead 2 collab. Left 4 Dead 2 is so much fun. So much fun. There were like months where I was like heavily into that game. Family used to Halo and console like 2 in the morning, then go to IHOP. Yep. Yeah, when I used to game till like super late. Whenever I was going to the LAN center a lot or working at the LAN center, we would game until we got kicked out, and then go to IHOP. I would drive. I moved to Dallas at one point whenever I was younger, and I wasn't even into Halo. I would drive back weekly for like Halo LAN parties, like just to play Halo. And like I was shit at consoles, right? Like I was a PC gamer. So I was like never really good with the sticks. So like my whole goal was to just be like, and I would get picked, I would not get picked last, but my whole goal would be to have a positive KD and just be an asset to my team. I would play like such an absolute dick. But like that I would end up not being a detriment to my team. Would I be down to play an RTS MMO? No resources or any farming, just reinforceable squads and battles called Shattered Galaxy. I want to do regular mass collabs on that game since my computer can handle it. I mean, I'd look into it. I'm going to be honest though, like it's difficult to like consistently work a game into my life. If it's like very low effort and like collabs are happening with it, I mean, like I could see myself hopping in and doing some goofy stuff with it, but I mean, shit, how many hours I have in Diablo? Like, I'm so hyped about Diablo 4, and I have barely played it. And it's not really because, like, I don't have time to game. It's just, like, I prioritize hanging out with y'all, you know? So, you know, between working out, car stuff, trying to maintain somewhat of a social life, and streaming, like, holy shit. It's like no fucking effort to start. Yeah, shoot me like a DM on Twitch or something with the name of it so I remember to look at it. Grew up in a small town around an hour south of Dallas. Only places for us to hang out were school, Walmart, IHOP, and Dairy Queen. Yeah, I feel that. There's a lot of places around here like that. I have an 11-year-old potato. Do you test the claim about any computer? All right, chat. I want to watch this. I know it's late, and a lot of people that were probably hyped for jet lag may not be here. So I'm kind of tempted to just put it off until Friday. What do I do? Agent's not here. Kung Fu's not here. Shaper's here, though. I didn't expect to be starting this 3 hours into... Can you DM me on Twitter? Yeah, you should be able to. I'm about to pass out, to be honest. Yeah, we may put off jet lag until Friday. We can lead in with jet lag and then play like Q Remastered or something. Newest piece of hardware on my current PC is a GTX 970 I bought used from a friend. Yeah, that's definitely dated at this point. Although the graphics card I was using until I got this one was a 980. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what we do. I think that's the move. Is we knock out jet lag at the start of stream for anybody who has not broken down and watched it yet, and then hop into like Q Remastered. What be? Shy has got to be done streaming. Ghost Data we rated recently. Oh yeah, I'm there's some new faces in here. Hop into the Discord. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I think this is a good place to end. Sorry if it feels kind of sudden. My computer let me run Minecraft, Left 4 Dead 2, and Payday 2 for years, so it served its purpose well, right? Yeah, before this last upgrade, I had my computer for years and years and years, which is kind of unusual for me because I had been hopping around from, like, when new hardware came out, I sold my old hardware and got new stuff. Then I let it ride for a while, and then I was like, wait, I'm streaming, so, like, I can justify this upgrade. So... All right. Who are we going to raid? I love ads. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out with me. Why are you throwing stuff at me, Nerdy? If you're not super familiar with the streams, or if you wandered in and you're still here somehow, I'm, oh my god, Bees. B or Bees is fine. I don't usually have a Sprout, but I'm keeping it on for now. I stream most days a week right here on Twitch. I won't be live tomorrow. Blizzy! But I will be live on Friday. So hopefully I will see you then. I think we are going to raid into how long does I've never been able to pronounce her name. Quinoa. She's been live for 4 hours and 17 minutes.
Meow.
Meow. I prefer eating out too much to afford PC parts.
Woof.
Woof. Whatever. We're gonna raid her. / raid. Here we go, chat. This has been a fun stream. This has been a really fun stream. It's not what I expected to do tonight. But it's been a good time. This streamer is playing Q Remastered, which I plan on playing on Friday. Oh shit, we still have 27 people. 27 people have made it to this point in the stream. Thank you all very much. Let's see some bees over in her chat. And I will see you on Friday. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.
Nice
Mwah, whale.
model.
Wow.
Wow.